But yeah, welcome everybody. This is Pokerole. For those of you that weren't here for session zero, where we did kind of a setup and an introduction there, this is the first proper episode, so I should do another introduction. I figure. We basically are playing PMD D&D. And essentially we have I'm one of the players, Charm. If you don't know who I am, that's weird, but you know, we got Eragon, the one who's breathing heavily in the mic. Your mic's being a jerk again. You want to say hello, Eragon?
No, I'm adjusting my mic.
Do everything at once, Eragon. Everything.
You've done all the things. There's nothing left to do.
We have Kyrio. Oh, go ahead. What were you saying?
Divide by 0.
Divide by... He can probably... Well, he can do that better than me. I'm not good at math. He is. He's an engineer.
Yes, and dividing by 0 is a mathematical impossibility.
I'm sure you can still do it. I believe in you.
No, you can't. You actually can't.
Kyrio or Kyrio? It's Kyrio. I'm assuming it's Kyrio, or I've been living a lie for like the 5 years I've known him or so. But he is the dinosaur playing the Totodile. Pretty much. That's a good summary. He is a raptor currently in character. We're all pretty much furries. And we're all playing characters similar to our furs in some degree. Well, not really Eragon. Eragon's normally a Charmander. But now he's a Riolu. They are similar size, though, so that works. Lipard, hello.
I'm going to use that as my player icon base.
I'm going to be playing a Puccina. Oh, I'll go over the characters in a bit, though. And then over here, I'm completely ignoring Tubby. Hello, Tubby. Tubby,
hello,
a.k.a.
everyone.
Charade. Charade is Tubby, so. He is going to be our Munchlax, which is also Tubby, so that works.
Yes, and his abilities even thick fat.
The best ability. And we have Karserus here as our DM. Thank you so much again, Karserus, for doing this.
I am pleased to do this.
This is...
And for anybody
go ahead.
wondering why I pulled out the Lipard, there's a reason for that. We may actually get to.
Okay. Yes, we have Pokemon models. The models... Okay, so I also should explain, because this is still kind of an intro. I made this table. We're in Tabletop Simulator, if you're not sure what this is. Oh god, did I have the stream correctly sized? Okay, I did. I just realized like I may have messed that up just now. But it's fine. So I made this table myself. I did get help from Karserus and Eragon for like assembly line shit, which was helpful. Also got the help of Zandaku, I think I said his name right, who is completely solely responsible for the fact that our character sheets actually have text fields we can enter into. Without him, that would not have been possible. So that's, yeah. He also gave me a lot of technical support. He was also completely horrified how I made the board, because apparently he's a veteran at making, like, tabletop boards. This is my first one. And he was absolutely horrified I didn't use certain, like, alignment tools, that I did everything manually. He was like, why the fuck did you do that? Why did you do it this way? But, yeah, so we got a board here. Now, Pokerole is a... Oh, God, I don't remember what team made Pokerole. Does anybody remember this?
Nope.
Pokerole. It's made by... I need to give them credit. It's just polite.
Pokerole Project Team, it says on the role-playing game core rulebook on the left.
Yes, I'll link their site up if anybody's interested as well. Can I edit your table for my own use? I mean, absolutely. You can download any tabletop table and just edit it. I'm sure, so yeah, go right ahead. I mean, I would ask you not to like publish it and act like it's yours, but you know, if you want to share it with friends and stuff, yeah, go like yeah, sure. I'm easygoing. I'm easygoing about that stuff.
There are many things inside this table.
Oh yes, there's a lot of items we've put in this. Adding a ton of scripting and changes. Well, honestly, if you oh that's cool. Yeah, I'm not really good at the scripting stuff, so if you add anything really cool, tell me about it. Maybe I might add it officially if you want to add it into the official board or something. You can just hit me up on like Steam on like comment section or just add me. I usually add everybody, so not on Steam Messenger a ton, but I can be poked. So, but yeah, we have a whole bunch of things here. We got our character sheets and. So, yeah, our session 0 we did. This is going to be every other Wednesday, for those unaware. Every other Wednesday there will be a stream, so just come by then if you're interested. I also do other streams during other parts of the week, so. But let's see. There's a bunch of questions, wasn't there? Or at least... Guan asked, is this still one of the top-rated workshop boards, if I remember correctly? It should be.
What's the
which is
Zoom
bizarre.
tool?
What's the what?
Mouse wheel.
Wait.
No,
yeah.
I mean the look at something.
Alt.
Closely.
Hold Alt to look at an object closely. Also, I'm sorry, Kyrio. I'm bouncing Windows a little bit here, but it is Kyrio. Yes, that is correct. How dare you call me a furry? I am a scaly. Yeah, that's a good point. You are almost always a scaly, unless you're turned into something that isn't scaly. But that's not very common, is it?
I don't know what Tubby has done to his equipment and moves, Matt, but it is slightly inside the table.
Oh no! Why did you duplicate your board?
I hit L trying to find the Zoom key.
Why? Oh my god, you break something every session, and it's only been 2 sessions, but I can still say that.
I like this.
Okay, hold on. Oh, wait, hold on.
We don't need to reset. We can just delete the second board.
Wait, which one's the second one is the question.
It's
Prob-
the bottom one.
The bottom one, hold on.
You just before your
I got it.
quote-unquote vacation.
There. Okay, first
There we
off,
go.
the more worrisome thing here is he's not promoted. How did he do that?
You can right-click and untoggle the lock, probably.
Oh.
I hit. Yeah, I probably unlocked it. And
Oh my god, dude. All right, yeah, L unlocks things if you're you don't even have to click them. If you hover over an object and hit L, you don't even have to click them. That'll unlock it. So
Oh dear.
yeah, be careful of that L key, please.
Can we just remove his ability to interact with things? It appears to be a liability.
No, I got it.
Don't worry.
Promote him to spectator.
It's one of those learning by experience. It's kind of like when I learned. It's kind of like how I learned to get on computers and work with them because I actually exploded 2 of them as a kid because I'm a fucking idiot. But that taught me things. So hopefully that helps him too in that way.
Yeah. I mean, I use tabletop all the time in my Myriad song game, but we have a really bare bones setup. We just have bowls filled with dice and the DM draws on the board and stuff.
Also, all people at this table are you don't have to, but I'm kind of curious who has my stream chat open and who doesn't.
I have it open.
I do not.
Okay.
I do not.
All right. That's fine. You don't have to. I will bounce messages. I just want to know whether or not I should relay things that are set specifically to. For instance, I did say to one person that was asking about the game, I invited them to come by and ask you questions, Car, because I was like, they were asking me DM related questions. I was just like, I don't know, just come by the game. Maybe Car can answer a question here and there.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. They're not even here, I don't think, so it's not a big deal. But let's see here. What we got here? Okay, first off, Kyrio doesn't? Okay, then I'll repeat this. So, Guan said, Kyrio is scaly, how dare, holds up a lizard fist. Represent! He's being silly, of course. All caps. Good old caps, Guan.
Careful with those caps, Guan.
They're very dangerous, be careful with them. How did I kill 2 computers? I don't know, one was just kind of caught on fire while I was using it. It was smoking a lot. It wasn't like an explosion, but yeah. The other one, I dropped it. That was just more mundane, really. But it was both when I was an idiot kid, so that passed those days, thankfully. I don't know how I caught the other one on fire. I think it had something to do with the processor running too hard with something, but as to exactly how I achieved that, I was a kid, so it was like a Windows 98 or something. It's an older computer, less temperature controls and such.
Okay, I fixed my thing.
Maybe I didn't. Maybe it just was on its way out because my parents were cheap and never bought new computers, so we always had really ancient computers. It's possible it just gave out while I was using it, I suppose. Probably just a crappy PSU. Yes, quite possibly. But yeah. So our board is just to give a summary. We have our character sheets. We have our middle thing where we do a dungeons. Why is our dungeon tiles? Oh, right, because we're starting a dungeon.
Yes, I'm
I
gonna be
forgot.
starting you guys off in that particular tile.
If you guys have any direct questions, streamgoers just ask. But we have our badge thing, which our rank for our eventual Pokemon God, my words are failing me, but you know what I mean. That thing, right?
Turn.
We don't have it yet. What's that?
Turn lift height all the way up. Snorlax flew up into the sky.
Oh. But we got dice, we got coins, we got just a bunch of stuff. If you see me interact with something, don't know what the hell I'm doing, just ask. I'll explain it then. But we all have our characters set up from session 0, and I guess the last thing is, I guess I should hand it over to Kara, actually. Kara, are we putting some music on or something too?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine.
Might have to play with the volume a bit.
Dungeon or locale?
Oh, yeah, anybody on the table, if you're confused how to navigate the playlist, just ask. Well, I mean, if you want to start with the dungeon, I guess it'd be in Dungeons 1. Most things are in Dungeons 1 for Dungeons. There's just a few things in Dungeons 2. Sorry there's 2 of those, by the way, everybody. I ran out of this one. The Dungeons account ran out of song minutes, so I had to make a second Dungeons account. That's why.
And just as a note, some of the songs are loud, so feel free on the tablet to turn down the music. But you will have to individually pick what song you're playing, since I can't play for all of us. But it would be Baked Plains is the appropriate song for this.
And if anybody on the table is like, I don't give a shit, I'm just gonna play my own music, that's fine too. But I need to at least play it for the stream, so.
Yes, you don't have to play music. You can just listen to the silence.
Also,
or the terrible sound of my voice.
Yes. Also, well, you're not terrible. Also, when you have a song playing, a bar pops at the bottom, make sure to hit the little looping thing 1 time so it has a 1 next to it, so it loops. Otherwise, you're going to be annoyed as the whole playlist plays.
Yes, or it stops in the middle of doing something interesting.
Yeah, pretty much. Let's see, I think that's a good volume. Well, okay, so Urk Squall is wondering what is happening. So Urk Squall, if you just joined, we are playing Pokerole. It is basically PMD, Pokemon PMD D&D, essentially. We're playing on Tabletop Simulator using a board I made, and what I'm currently doing is, oh my god, I cannot really count how many hours I put into this project, but basically I've collected a playlist of music for our game.
80 plus hours.
Yeah, lots of music. Trying to
just effort in general. Charm has put a great deal of time into this.
I just wanted us to have a nice soundtrack.
Oh, I'm not talking about the soundtrack. I'm talking about the board.
Oh, that too. I put a lot of time in. Yeah. I hope we have a good time with this.
I hope so too.
So I guess I'll shut up and hand it over to Karserus. Oh, I guess. Streamgoers, please let me know if anybody on the table that is in this call is too quiet. Just let me know. I'll bump their volume or do adjustments, okay?
Yes, now we're going to get to exciting things, Eragon.
I can't hear Kyrio. I can't hear Kyrio either,
Kyrio is going to be verbally mute, but we'll be able to tell what Kyrio is saying. Kyrio is the messenger of the group.
Yes. Now, Car, do you think for the streamgoer's sake we should quickly overview our characters, or should we just start up?
You are free to overview your characters, but we are going to have introductions since I decided against putting you all in different spots in the dungeon and having you fight each other.
Okay.
Because
that's fair.
Amusing but disastrous potential.
Right.
So,
you mentioned you weren't sure, so I wasn't sure what we were starting exactly like, so. Cool.
Because that has interesting implications, but we're going to go with the easier route because it's the first session and I don't want to be too cruel because the enemies are there to do that for me.
Works for me. Ooh? Ooh, what's ooh?
So, I need you all to roll... I suppose what your initiatives would be, if you would please, because I need to figure out who wakes up first.
Okay. That's right. So everybody over here to the dice circles, the Pokemon over here. Just grab your favorite die, I guess. They're all the same. They all 6-sided dice. Just
you get however many die is your dexterity plus your survival. Or if you guys just want to roll 1 die, you're free to do so.
I might grab
These
multiple.
are very big dice.
What was the equation you just said? It was well, I wrote it down,
dexterity
right?
plus survival.
Yeah, dex plus survival. So, Our stats are work off of counters, streamgoers, as you can tell. So in my case, I have 2 dexterity, and I do have 1 survival, so that gives me a 3. So that would be 3 dice, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Pardon me. I have slight hiccups.
That is okay. There are a lot of dice on the table.
Wow. I rolled fantastic.
By the way, I haven't rolled yet. I just wanted to say, you can either roll by picking them up and shuffling them, or you can just select all the dice and then hit R, I think it is? Yeah, it's R.
Yeah.
There we go. I'm going to do that so they don't go flying. I got a really shitty roll. I got 8. Or no, 7, actually. No, I got... no, 9. My bad. I can't math.
You're fine. Tubby is going to be making a blast. He rolled a 1.
I botch. Do we call it a botch in this game?
It's a natural 1. You can call it a botch if you like, but it takes 2 natural 1s to incur a failure.
Oh, he only has 1 die? What? Oh, he has no survival.
He has 1 dexterity and no survival.
Oh my god, I didn't... Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Alright.
Wow. Not very motivated.
Not
I'm
terribly.
a munchlax. Of course I'm gonna sleep hard.
This is very appropriate. So Eragon, your character... Riley.
Oh, by the way, you can highlight all the dice to see their total. Like multiple dice.
Hold on, I gotta turn this music down. It's really loud despite being on 5%.
Oh,
Well, that's why there's a volume bar.
Okay, so I've lowered it to 2%.
You can just turn it off if you feel like. So Riley,
Hi.
you wake up and you find yourself surrounded by several different Pokemon, strangely enough. And you're in a place that you don't find familiar. Instead of... Sorry, Instead of, say, your comfortable bed at home, and walls and a window with light streaming through it, you're laying in some tall, dry grass. And there's a warm breeze rustling it slightly. And the earth beneath you is dry and arid. As you take a brief look around, you can see that there's a couple of rocky outcroppings nearby, as well as a few small puddles of stagnant water. And the way the grasses have formed, it looks like there's some natural paths leading away from this place.
Well, I'm obviously dreaming, so I'm gonna lay back down.
Okay.
I'm gonna wake up soon, I'll be back in bed.
What a disinterested response to a possible dream.
Yep, I'm dreaming. Funk. Yep.
Alright, Kyrio. Or, oh goodness, I hit the Windows key. Brooke, you wake up next. You wake up in time to see a Riolu looking around very briefly before laying back down. Sorry, I swear I can words, people. I promise. Before laying back down.
Are you sure now? You're positive here.
My tongue is getting in the way, but I need it. Before laying back down, mumbling something about it being a dream.
Wow, he's gone.
Oh no, Kyrio.
You talked so poorly. He left. He's like, I can't handle this bad grammar. Oh no.
Oh dear.
Let me check with him. Hold on.
He says his game crashed.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh,
You're talking so poorly, his game crashed.
wow.
Oh. It's okay. I mean, we can. At least he didn't, because the call's separate, so he hasn't missed anything you're saying. So that's good.
That's
Recommendation:
good,
if anybody is having trouble running the game for some reason, the table is quite active. You can always just go into menu, configuration, graphics, and just turn off VSync or turn off full-size textures, SSAO, MSSA, shadows. Turning those off. There's really no point to have shadows. Actually, I might do that myself.
Oh goodness, I didn't realize there.
There's really very little point to shadows, I find. I'm gonna turn those off real fast.
Yeah.
There we go. Hope that didn't break the table or anything.
No,
Yeah,
it should be fine.
That actually made things run a lot better. There we go. I mean, shadows are nice if you want to know where you're dropping an object, but it's not really strictly... I mean, I made snap points for anything that is important for that, so it's not really a big deal.
There we go. Low quality shows.
That is okay, Kyrio.
Yeah, and you're fine.
Has put on a blindfold and cannot see anything.
Why is he blindfolded?
Oh, right. That's not a... I just remember you can do that by... How do you do that? It's a useful little thing.
You right-click on a space and you can blindfold yourself.
Right. Right. You
I
just
don't
right...
think I can blindfold myself.
I can't do it. Or can I? I don't know.
I'm not quite sure. It may be if you have a token selected.
Oh,
Anyway,
shit. I'm just going to quietly do this while you talk. There you go.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that's kind of important.
But yes, Brooke. You've awoken just in time to see Ariolu. I know I've already said this, but bears repeating for posterity's sake.
I'm not a bear.
I know you're not a teddy or so.
Look, he's having grammar issues already. Don't start changing what a word is by phonetics.
But you see Ariolu laying back down, mumbling something about it being a dream and just closing his eyes. There's also 2 other Pokemon nearby, and the area around you seems to be some sort of arid grassland.
Also, I'm just going to take a moment to zoom in on everybody's names, character names, for the sake of the stream goers wondering, like, which character is which. Well, now you know. The best name is obviously Tubby's. Ralph Wilson. Yep.
Indeed, looking at your hands, Brooke, you realize that, and even looking at yourself, you're not human anymore. Or at least, you don't seem to be. Your hands are blue and scaly. And your underbelly, looking down, seems to have some cream-colored stripage to it. And while Brooke is getting acquainted with their new body, Char, or Tucker, I should say, you start to wake up. Though, as you start to wake and attempt to get on your feet, you come into this unfamiliar sensation of imbalance when you attempt to stand on 2 feet at first, and flop back over.
And I bet it's adorable.
Shut up, you're asleep, you can't see.
It is very adorable.
Oh, god damn it! Somebody did that to me.
Yes, I did.
Well, I would stand back up with a start, very confused as to what exactly happened. I would also kind of think I was probably in a dream, but that fall was a bit rough, and that would have probably made me wake up like normally, because, you know, falling out of bed and all that kind of wakes you up usually.
The fall
A bit
has also
rough.
caused you to get some... Oh god, the puns. The fall has also caused you to obtain another new sensation, which is some sandy dirt getting into your new fur. You can see there's a total dial nearby, as well as a Riolu that very obviously is not asleep but is trying to get back to sleep, as well as a deeply snoozing Munchlax.
Well, I would slowly get on what I felt was my hands and knees, but it didn't feel quite right. Obviously, I wasn't on my knees. I was also on my back feet. What's going on? I am still working on a voice. I want to do a voice, but it's hard to do voices too. Let me think about this. 1 second, actually. What's going on? I'd remark, kind of getting up and sitting on my butt, kind of hazy and dizzy and not quite sure what's going on. I definitely still feel like I'm in a dream, but everything feels odd and weirdly shaped, especially on my own furry person.
Notably, Tucker, since you seem to be attempting to think and Brooke is more lost in the fantastical sensation of becoming a Pokemon, you realize that you can't remember an awful lot about your life as a human. You remember certain aspects of it. Your home, the feeling of, being in bed, going about daily life, but a lot of key memories are missing. Faces, names.
Well, I'd look over at the odd Totodile, kind of registering the fact that there are some other Pokemon around me and that I don't seem to be quite right myself in a lot of different ways. I'd look at the Totodile coming to me and I'd just cock my head with a accidentally doggish way and remark, "I'm not a puppy. I don't think." I would be trying to think, but I would still be a bit mixed up. "Who are you?" I'd asked the curious Totodile.
By the way, Riley, the other Pokemon around you have started talking. You know this is unusual, even for a dream.
I want to just roll onto my side, cover one of my ears with a hand, and try to ignore it.
When you try to cover one of your ears, you realize you have soft paw pads instead of just regular hands.
This dream's getting weirder and weirder.
Now, one thing, just as an OOC aside, I admit in D&D games, I always have a little bit of an awkwardness knowing when to end an RP thing I'm doing and when to let it pass on to the next person. So Karserus, if you want to cut me off, just say so gently, basically.
I will.
Okay.
For now, unfortunately, Tubby is very fast asleep. Riley is attempting to feign sleep.
In that case, I would. Well, the doggo would perk an ear to the Totodile mentioning such an oddly non-Pokemon name. Not really sure why it is such an odd name. I'd think for a second, and then remark, "Well, hi, I'm Tucker, and I don't remember much either." I would look a little confused at the Totodile, surprised that, considering the situation, he's so much more free-going or easygoing about this. I'd finally bothered to look myself over, a little hesitant to even do so up to this point, and kind of noticed the gray fur. I'd raise one of my black sock-furred paws to my
I
face.
would like to
and...
remind you there are a couple of puddles
Potters?
of stagnant water nearby for you to look at yourself.
Oh, that's actually a bit of a PMD staple, if you didn't know. So, good detail that. Well, I would walk over carefully, not sure really what the environment was.
Environmental clue, by the way, is there's a distant rumble as some dark clouds seem to be passing over this plain, coming nearby. You weren't quite under rain or thunder yet, but you will be soon, which means you'll need to find shelter. Or wait it out, perhaps, in the case of Brook, since Brook's a water type.
I would take that puddle, and I'd look and finally figure out what I was. I would know what I was, at the very least, a Puccina, but I wouldn't know why, and certainly I wouldn't know much else. The storm clouds did get my attention and, well, worried me a bit. It helped me focus on the surrounding environment a bit more and look it over, realizing that this did not look like a very hospitable location.
No, in fact, it's a very arid location for the most part. So this rain is either seasonal or has been caused by a Pokemon move.
I guess you did, Tuckered remark. Back to the Totodile. Then maybe we should not stick around here. Motioning towards the clouds. Yes.
Ralph, there's another rumble.
He's too happy. Look how he's sleeping.
Wakes you.
What? Man, that
Riley,
was,
there's even
that
more
was a good
noise.
nap. That was a good nap.
He looks so confident.
And as for Riley, there's even more noise, so it doesn't look like you're going to be going back to sleep.
Is there like a small rock nearby I can grab and throw at the nearest source of noise?
Yes, there is.
Okay, I'm gonna grab a nearest rock and throw it at the nearest source of noise.
Well, that unfortunately would be Ralph, so you would need to...
Oh no!
Is this some kind of joke? Did I party too hard last night? Can't remember anything.
I need you to roll your dexterity pool.
Alright, 2 dice, I can do that.
Oh, I'm sorry, dexterity plus fight, because you have no specialties.
Heck, I need another dice. Ah yes, terrible.
1 success. Unfortunately, as a Munchlax, he has at least 1 vitality, so you're not going to be dealing any damage, I don't believe. Unless he decides to... Actually, he needs to choose to evade if he wants. So, I forgot. Defense is against attacking dice pool, not to hit dice pool. So, Ralph, there is now a pebble sailing through the air at you.
Okay, well, I don't know that I'm pebble proof yet, so I'm gonna try and get out.
All right. Evasion. Dexterity plus fight.
Which is
2 for you.
2 die.
Oh, you had to beat a 9. This is what I rolled. Easy peasy.
Well, he has to make more successes than you. You got 1 success. If he gets 2, he succeeds.
What the heck have you done?
Oh no, what have you done now? Oh,
Yeah,
I look away for 1 second.
How
It's
did
like-
you get that?
It's like not watching a child for like 5 minutes and then something terrible happens.
How did you even
I'll
get
fix
that?
this.
He
There.
gets 2 successes, one of which is a 6, which is irremovable. So yeah, surprisingly for a creature so heavy
me
as a
lock it.
Munchlax, Ralph is capable of leaning out of the way very quickly of the lazily thrown pebble.
Hi, what's your problem?
Ralph hasn't noticed he's a Pokemon yet, but he has noticed the Riolu that chucked a pebble at him.
I love the models right now. It's just like, hey bro, what the fuck?
I'm gonna wave my arm at him. Go away. Let me sleep.
Oh no. You're gonna apologize to me. Wait. You talked.
Obviously. Leave me alone.
Huh. So you're like, I think I met a Meowth like this one time. Anyway. Oh man, I lost my train of thought. Talking to me a little.
I want to dramatically roll to my other side so I'm not looking at him anymore.
And just in case you missed it, Riley, the Totodile did mention it's gonna rain soon, so sleeping there's probably not a good idea.
Tucker Ansley hangs near Brooks, since Brooks the only one he's actually interacted with so far, and kind of nods, kind of meekly in agreement with the Totodile.
Huh. This some kind of party, or maybe I'm just really, really drunk. Yeah, either way, I'll go along with it.
Now you are drunk, you're tipsy.
Huh. I should go home, but I'm not sure where or what that is.
Ralph, you begin to realize that, dreamlike as this is, your memories of home and of being human are kind of faded and fuzzy. You remember your name, you remember some of your work, and how that work, well, worked. But aside from that, much of your life is just a haze.
Maybe I'm finally dead, maybe I'm just tripping. Who knows?
Oh,
Brooke
just
obviously did not go to a Pokemon Academy and does not realize that they are a water type.
I'm just gonna add an aside for the benefit of the chat. Just how hazy each of our characters are is kind of determined by our logic and instincts. We're specifically logic. I'll show those stats on screen for everyone.
Yep. And Ralph is the only character that shoved his extra point into logic as opposed to instinct.
Which is why Karserus mentioned he remembers a bit more than we do.
See why he knows what tripping is.
And drinking, apparently.
Yep.
He's probably like, oh, was it because I drank too much that I can't remember anything?
I kind of want to know what this guy did in his free time, considering that apparently waking up in a barren field with a bunch of strangers is not exactly weird.
Also, as an aside,
Ralph is going to get along very well, bartender.
I'm just moving myself next to Brooks, since I did say I was kind of chilling near. Tucker is still a little unconfident doing much more than sit down and kind of look around the area, unnerved. Not quite sure to really try standing on 4 paws again right now, though he'll have to soon.
I'm up for a get out of the rain party. Let's do it.
What's going on with... I just realized, like, there's one person that isn't here with us. He's like, fuck, back to sleep.
It's because Riley has decided that this is a dream, but don't worry, there'll be a wake-up call soon.
Sure
The three of you, however, can see that there's several pathways, sort of natural pathways through the grass and rocks that lead away from this current area. Unfortunately, a few of them lead through the zone the storm is passing over, but if you go through it, it probably shouldn't last too long over you.
Don't put Kiana smell good. Well, I mean, not smell good, smell well.
Tucker's all like, why are you coming on to me?
I mean, I'm sure you do smell good, but you can sniff out the right path.
Well, Tucker would look with wide eyes for a second, still trying to process everything, and remark, I guess I could try. And raises his head awkwardly to the sky, trying to sniff with his nose. Before he realizes he's really not sure what he's trying to sniff out. What does he smell, though?
Well, for one, your sense of smell is definitely more acute than you were human. That much you understand. But you smell earth, grass, and the distinct smell of ozone just a few moments before lightning crackles down a few yards away.
Ah! Falls.
I'll look myself over and... eat your heart out, Bill.
What?
Why is that funny? I'm sure it's funny.
I fall down for a second, scrambling for a little bit before getting back on all fours awkwardly again. Still not used to my balance. I glance over to the Riolu, who just does not give a shit, wondering to myself if we should really be leaving him. He doesn't seem terribly invested, but he probably should be, figures the doggo.
Riley, by the way, you are startled a bit by the lightning crack. It's close enough that your ears actually start to ring, sensitive as they are.
Oh, God. Alright, hold on.
It wasn't me, I swear.
Ah! There we go. I'm standing back up again.
Despite your best efforts, Riley, you're beginning to believe that this may not really be a dream.
Clearly, I've been kidnapped and dumped in a gorge. It's the only logical explanation.
I wonder what your rationalization for being a Pokemon is. We'll get to that. So which
Well, I don't
direction
know
would
yet,
you all
do I?
like to go?
How do I rotate my thing?
Oh, Q and E.
Thank you.
So is Riolu bothering to join the group? I didn't, or Riley?
No, it hasn't yet, no.
Okay.
Well, the three of you who are actually trying to find a way to some sort of shelter, what direction are you going to go?
Oh, we want to go the opposite direction that the storm's coming from, right?
Currently, Riley's best friend in the situation is going to be Brooke. So he's just going to meekly follow along with wherever Brooke is going, because Brooke seems to, if nothing else, have a direct, dedicated goal, so...
Riley is Eragon's character, yours is Tucker.
Oh wait, I'm sorry, I mixed up names.
This is
Hey,
okay.
you're turning into me.
Oh no! But yeah, Tucker's gonna follow Brooke. Basically, very meekly behind. Like a good dog, you know.
Well, a plan's better than no plan. Onward.
Well, there is a path that leads away from the storm, to the southwest, as you may see on the tile. So if that's where you're heading, let's pull out a tile. Oh, perfect.
Ah! Struggles with walking.
Alright, move it or lose it, Sleeping Beauty, we're gone.
I'm gonna go to the right.
To the right, you say?
There's
Okay.
two of those things over there have big sharp teeth, and I'm not down for that. I'm going away from them.
This is going to be fun.
Okay, I'm going to interject for a second just to explain the dungeon board to the chat. So, this icon here is our party location, and we just went this way. The way Mystery Dungeon works in this setting is that we will pull icons as we play, or tiles rather, and they will be placed on the board by Karserus however he wants to place them, I think. Well, it depends on where we're going, but it seems like we are splitting up, which is not intended, but we do have extra icons, so we can just use the egg icon for him. It's a good option.
The egg icon.
Sure. I did not consider the possibility of a split up in the middle of a dungeon. I should make a new icon for that.
Well, I'm not
No,
going
you're
very
fine.
far.
No, you weren't.
Wait.
Because as you go off to the right, you realize that the path is actually blocked off by not only a gravelly ravine, but it looks like the rain has started to form rivers. This one looks muddy and impassable, but you can see a path on the other side.
By the way,
Should I
Carbs,
make the jump?
by the
You
way,
want to make the jump.
I want to make the jump.
Oh dear.
Oh boy. Karserus, I just want to aside, if you want a tile not to snap, like in this situation, it probably makes more sense to have the egg over here. You can actually right-click the icon, or the object, go to toggles, and remove the snap check mark, and you can place it anywhere. Just a little tip if you want to do that ever.
Alright, in which case... Dex plus survival. And I'm going to impose a -2 penalty to your dice pool because you are not used to your new body.
Ah, so I get 1 die.
Correct.
Ah, heck.
You count.
Aha.
Alright.
I got strong legs.
Boing.
Riley backs up a bit, and then you sort of awkwardly start running and make this leap, and you manage to make it to the other side, but you collapse to the ground afterward. You're not used to your new center of gravity, let alone the new strength your body affords you.
Man, I've been working out. Didn't even know.
Just as a side, what did he cross just now? I blinked a little bit.
The rain has started to create small rivers, which is why the path was blockaded like that. And because of the gravel and the way the land greedily soaks it up, it's kind of muddy, so wading through it is not advisable.
Also, a little aside, I'm kind of curious to everybody at the table. Would you guys like it if I made everybody's specific character dice? Because I actually could do that later. So it'd be less confusing. We wouldn't mix up our dice by any chance.
Do we all have Charmander dice? That
Mostly.
might be part of the problem.
I'm just thinking that could happen, so I'll do that later. I can make custom dice. I was just lazy, so I didn't do it before.
Alright, I was just using the Pika dice because nobody was using them.
That's fair.
Bulbasaur, because Bulbasaur is my favorite start.
Back to the trio of cooperatives. There's another deep rumble of thunder that comes as you manage
I was remarking the Kyrio.
another pathway that leads off to your left, since you guys would be facing south at this point. And off to your right, there's a bit of a short hill, but unfortunately it's slanted in such a way it wouldn't provide you shelter from the rain. You could probably climb atop it if you wanted, but that would only put you closer to the sky. There's also a one of the dry Savannah trees on top of it, which even in your current forms, your instincts tell you that's not a wise thing to be near during a thunderstorm.
And we're following you because you're the only one going somewhere to be followed.
Yeah, pretty much, Tucker would remark.
So keep going so we can keep following you.
Let's see. However,
I don't know if I want to be alone in this situation.
However,
Ow, a chest fell on us.
Wait,
no,
what?
just-
Oh no!
Kidding.
Suddenly a chest lands from the sky.
It's
Oh, look,
it's
an
raining
airdrop.
chests and it's just raining chests.
Yes.
It's a hair drop. It's a battle railgun now.
I need all three of you to make individual survival rolls.
Ah, shit, it's a mimic.
Unfortunately, Ralph is not going to get a survival roll. He has no survival.
Just survival.
Yes, just survival.
All right. Here's my one survival die. Boop.
Oh, wow. Okay.
4.
Alright, so, Brook and Charm, as you're looking around, you briefly notice that there's something shiny up on the hill. So you could go up and get it if you wanted. I'm just going to put it there for now. But, unfortunately, that requires climbing the hill, and the storm is creeping closer. Not to mention you haven't seen the Riolu since you parted.
Well, Tucker would glance at Brooke, seeing that Brooke also sees it, and remark, "Should we get that? It could be helpful, maybe."
Get what? Is there food?
It might be food.
Oh, I hope it's food. Go get it. Fetch! Fetch, boy, fetch!
Ah!
His tongue sounds a little too big for his mouth.
Tucker would cross legs a little awkwardly at that remark, ears kind of naturally picking up to the fetch remark, but he's not really sure why.
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, that's a good point. It does look kind of dangerous to be up high right now.
Well, at the very least, you know that there's something there. Maybe
Yeah,
once the storm passes, you can come back for it.
Yeah, you wimp, I'll get it.
Well, I guess he does know since we told him, so I guess he could if he wanted to, huh?
Alright. Well, I would say survival to have you climb, but how about strength?
Alright, flat strength.
Yes.
One and
Goodness, so
five.
many ones. However, you do manage to succeed. Your Munchlax companion awkwardly just drags himself up the hill.
Heave. Oh. Heave.
Yes, this is going to be a very interesting game. I'm hoping to make you all cooperate by the end of this.
Tucker would continue to follow Brooke, even though Brooke's like remarking about, oh, you can go your own direction. Tucker would kind of remark, it's okay if I stick with you for now, right? Not exactly wanting to be a bother, but also not wanting to be terribly alone either. Meanwhile, we just have this fat Munchlax just strength of force of willing his way up this hill.
It might be food.
Alright, I'm gonna have to... Oh. Somehow, by some miracle, because RNG seems to love the Munchlax, lightning does not yet strike the tree by the time the Munchlax gets up there. It looks like whatever shiny thing it is partially buried by the tree's roots. When you uncover it, it seems to be a sphere of some sort.
Ooh, shiny. I'm gonna lick it to see if it tastes good.
Alright. You lick it, and it starts to glow.
Why did that work?
Please roll one die for me. You can also select it and hit R. 4. Okay.
What's that mean?
My DM in the other game prefers to yeet the die, so I'm used to eating them.
Well, after you lick it, it glows, and then there's a breaking noise as it suddenly just vanishes from your hands. And then the clouds turn darker, and the weather gets colder.
Uh-oh.
The clouds have changed into snow clouds for some reason, and it starts to snow and hail.
Oh no, I know what happened now.
Run back to the other guys and I licked the Jolly Rancher, or I licked the Jawbreaker in one lick and now it's snowing.
Oh no. Oh no.
Jawbreaker, I licked it in one lick.
This poor Munchlax is sliding down the hill trying to catch up to the two of you. I assume you're going down the only other path, so I'll...
Wobble, wobble, wobble. Wobble, wobble, wobble.
Also, I just realized I can make things slightly better. There we go. Okay. Just a quick little thing I'm doing. Don't mind me. I'm just doing a few dev things. This is a real quick and dirty thing, but there we go. That's a wonderful GM. Kyrio.
I wanted to give you guys something relatively cheap and shiny, but
But he ate it.
So let's see. So now there is the hail condition, and I should probably look at what that does again.
I'll need to look at it too. No worry.
Let me pull it
Let's
out.
bring out that cheat sheet.
Let's pull it out. It's in the reference sheets.
I
Also,
like the new icon, by the way.
You're welcome. I by the way, just to explain, Car, I copied the egg, put the normal egg back in the bag, and then turned that egg into very quickly this.
See, you're gonna need that a lot, I think.
So, I mean, keep it for our game. Here, I'll rename it.
Oh dear. So, 1 damage to all non-ice type Pokemon in the field at the end of the round. Thankfully, you're not all in combat.
Oh, what's that?
Increase 2
Okay,
points to the defense of all ice Pokemon in the field.
Which there's probably not going to be that many.
There's none. Any Pokemon in the wild caught in this storm is going to be taking damage.
So end of round. So it's only combat. This will happen. Is that what that means?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you guys are going to be pelted with like tiny snow clumps and bits of hail, but it's only going to be damaging in combat. I'm not going to hurt you outside of combat.
That's nice, because hail in normal PMD would hurt you no matter what's going on. So that's good.
Well, it's also the first session, and well, it's normally arid around this area, so the damage is kind of mitigated by the fact the surrounding area isn't usually this cold.
This is my worst nightmare. Instead of eating snow cones are eating me.
Oh, we'll get to that.
Oh no.
But as you guys make your way down the path, some of the water from the rain has pooled into these goopy, muddy pools that is blocking off your path somewhat. And now, thanks to the shift to cold, it's starting to freeze over in weird angles, making it look very difficult to pass in any of the other pathways. And we'll go back to Riley. Riley, what way do you want to go? Because as you were looking at the paths and deciding your next action, the weather changed and became colder.
I hope everybody doesn't mind I'm moving everybody closer to the board. It's more aesthetically pleasing. So,
like, what kind of crazy loopy line have I entered? But okay, I'm gonna just keep going to the right, I guess.
There you go. Make sure it's obvious he's separate. This is also. I'm just gonna spread some comments. Somebody said this is nice to watch. It's pretty fun so far. People are enjoying this. Just mentioning.
This is an annoying tile.
Fucking hell, I can't get any sort of good things here.
Brooke was the only one being friendly off the bat, so Riley is really, or I'm sorry, Riley. I don't know what the fuck. Stop! I'm not Riley. Stop using Riley. God damn it, me. Tucker is just very insecure with the whole situation and is just like, well, you know, this Pokemon was friendly and the other one seems okay, even though it just walked up into a thunderstorm area, a hill that wasn't not very smart, but you know, it's not nobody seems dangerous here. Tucker's worried about the loner, but he can't really force the loner to follow, so.
Riley, unfortunately, your path rightward continues to be blockaded, this time by a pit.
Oh no, it got even worse!
Alright, well, I made the jump before. I'm sure I could do it again.
I was worried about this.
Well, let me continue. Yes, there is land on the other side, but it looks like it's just a series of rocky ridges. This isn't a natural forming sort of like concave series of pits. This had to have been made by something or someone. Falling into the pit would certainly not be a pleasant situation.
Well, that's not gonna happen. I'm gonna make the jump.
Oh.
Well, alright.
I knew the situation would occur. I just didn't know it was going to be this quickly. I've seen Eragon play D&D. I know what the hell is going on with him.
Alright. Since you don't have athletics, it would be Dex survival. Again, I'm going to have to subtract 2 because this is actually challenging.
Ow. Alright, I got this.
You don't got this!
No, you don't got this. So, unfortunately, because the weather has turned into a very sudden chill, some of the rainwater on the ground has turned to ice, and you slip just before you intend to jump, and fall on your back, and you very nearly slide into the pit.
Oh, no.
But you manage to hang on by virtue of your somehow miraculous luck.
That went well. Okay.
Also, I'm going to say this. Eragon is playing to his nature very well. I will need to reward him.
What's this? What? Oh, Rash. Yes, yes.
Alright. So back to our trio. Ralph, Brooke, and Tucker. I keep wanting to say Tyler. Tucker. How will you be crossing over this difficult terrain? And what direction will you be going?
Oh, what was the train again? I kind of blanked on. Forgot again.
The gray area in the middle is representative of this sort of muddy, watery pool that had begun because of the heavy rain and storm, and now it's starting to sort of freeze over, making this difficult, discomforting terrain.
I bet I can smash through it.
The other thing you can the other thing that those of you who are, a bit more expecting of yourselves as Pokemon is, you could probably try to use a move. It occurs to you that, being as you have Pokemon bodies, it follows that you should have moves.
Ooh.
I'm gonna look Sight up real fast, and then I'll respond.
Well, Kyrio's already responded. He's got his thing going.
Yeah. Well, he has played his. I want to make sure I played in my nature correctly, so I'm just gonna look it up real fast if you don't mind. I know I see more of the. I don't even know if timid's a nature. I know there's a nature that's less calm than docile.
It would probably be timid.
I think it was timid. I know I'm playing kind of timid right now, but then it's mostly the shock of system and situation and all that's doing that.
I imagine me and Kyrio are gonna get along really well as soon as we actually meet.
As soon as you guys actually want to... Where the fuck is the index in this book? Holy shit.
Page 5.
Why? How did I miss that? Okay, thank you. I'm apparently an idiot. Alright, page 40, thank you. Alright. This is very useful if you need to look up your, natures and stuff, which I kind of do, so... Let's see, that page? No, too many. So I'm just gonna reread it real fast. Let's see. Yeah, courteous. Want to be in service. Yeah. Again, this is why I'm following. It's the docile nature, wanting to teamwork.
I bet I can do that thing that, the Clefairy does, where I wave my arms and a random attack comes.
Oh no.
A random attack.
Before either of you do anything about that,
Kyrio, you do have that.
It's not deep water, but if you want to attempt to swim, you may.
It's just
Of course,
pool of
you
mud.
could probably make the water easier to swim through, if you so chose, because technically speaking, you know water gun.
Let's go just make it deeper.
How deep is it? And what's wrong with the water again?
Well, the water is starting to freeze over
yeah.
and get into the mud, which is also starting to freeze over, making difficult terrain, as opposed to an actual pool for you to swim through. But if you want to attempt to wade/swim through it, I won't stop you.
Normally I'd be freezing, but I'm not. I like that.
Oh, I know why.
Fat fuck.
Tucker would be watching these two just attempting to wade this. It's not super deep and it's not really a river or anything, so he's considering it, but it also is icing over because of the rather odd weather change that he still doesn't quite understand how the hell that happened. But again, being wanting to stay in a team and such, he gently gets his paws into the mud himself and starts working his way through it. Sort of doing a half doggy paddle, even though it's not the deepest thing in the world, but nonetheless, just in case. It's not terribly comfortable about it, but goes with it.
Alright, well, since you're not in a situation that would cause you direct harm at the moment, actually, which way were you all going to go, so I can set your token on that side? Northeast or south?
I'm guessing the Totodile decided the direction again. He kind of trudged out first, right?
Kyrio, you're becoming the de facto leader.
It looks like it.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
Oh, goodness.
So are we
Oh,
now
yeah,
like
there
caked with
is-
mud and ice?
Alright, there better be some place warm and dry at the end of it.
Alright, Riley, you finally managed to drag yourself back up onto your ledge. Where are you going to go from here?
Right. Well, that went very well the first time. So I'm gonna go back and get a big run up and try again.
Alright, how are you going to be doing that?
New
So I'm gonna
strategy
go-
or the same one?
Like all the way back as far as I can go, and just like run, and then try and do like a gymnastics hurdle
Perhaps
over
they,
the gap.
Alright.
perhaps they could kind of apply quick attack in this situation. I don't know.
Well,
Quick attack the gap.
Just like
alright.
yeah, rush
So
it.
I'm
instead, roll your dexterity and survival no penalty this time.
Ooh, why should we get all ones?
The idea
I
of
was,
attacking.
Oh, please
I was
no.
thinking exactly that.
Can any of us?
Ah, yes, fantastic.
Oh, what was your roll? What was your roll this time?
Oh, that's wonderful. You got a 6.
Oh, 6. Well, okay then.
So as you're running up, you feel this rush of adrenaline going through your system as you speed up even faster than you thought possible. And you leap across. In fact, you go so fast that you nearly skid across to the other side.
Ugh. This is fine. Ooh, that was exciting. I should do cardio more often.
There is a slightly divoted path to your south, but that will require another jump.
Oh,
And
easy
there is a
peasy.
path to the north.
Now let's go south.
God damn it! He's just showing off to nobody. He's just
Yes,
he's
I'm
such a
showing
show
off to
off
myself.
that he has to do it by himself.
Yes. Absolutely. Look, I'm proud of myself now. Look at that amazing jump I just did. Hold on, just move that real quick. There you go.
I wonder if he even realizes
Alright.
what direction he's like. He doesn't have a goal. He just wants to do jumps.
Pretty much.
Actually, let's be fair. Kyrie is right. He is familiarizing himself with his body.
True.
Yeah, when shit goes down, I'm gonna be ready. And you guys can still be bumbling about.
Yep. Well, I'm going to say you make that hop no problem, considering what you just did.
Woo!
Though your legs kind of burn a bit after having exerted yourself.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna take a breather. Let's have a sit down.
Complete with Mario sound effects.
I'm sorry?
I said complete with Mario sound effects.
I don't think that's a Mario sound effect. I'm just like listening and I'm like,
Let's
What?
go.
you know what I mean? Oh, I know. You're
Sorry,
trying to do
you
the
don't
Mario
want to-
jump sound. I get it now.
I'm sorry. I don't want to DMCA your stream charm. I'll refrain from quoting Mario.
I don't think that would DMCA me, but okay.
Anything is possible.
Well, it is Nintendo
Yeah,
we're
it's-
talking about.
Yep. Well, Riley, as you make it across, you see that the other 3 Pokemon that you woke up near have just trudged across a muddy area and are finally making it to this drier zone. Albeit it's still snowing and hailing for some god's forsaken reason. Arceus forfend.
The biters are following me. Maybe I should jump back across.
We haven't bitten anyone. I guess you're right. Sorta. Tucker would respond, not quite sure how to respond to that sort of thing.
I wouldn't say fine, more like average.
Great, now there's a talking crocodile. Could this day get any weirder?
I mean, the talking crocodile was there before. Hang on.
Yes, but I'm definitely not sleeping right now. And there's a talking crocodile, so that makes it weird.
However, interestingly enough, there's some food. Just a meat hunk lying on the ground in the middle of this area.
Oh, I'm gonna go grab that.
No, I'm gonna get you to it.
Oh, it's mine.
Roll for initiative. I don't know.
Resist lore.
Oh god, what's my resist lore?
Yeah, it's in your. It's one
a
of
maneuver.
your. It's maneuvers. Yeah, it should be on your maneuver card unless you didn't pull it. You do have it.
Oh, there it is.
Logic or will, your choice.
Yes.
Only one success is required if resisted with logic. 3 or more successes are required if resisted with will. Actually, yeah. Are we all rolling?
No, just Riley and Ralph, because they're the ones going after it.
Okay.
Well, it's really 6 one way, half dozen the other. It's either 1 dice for 1 success or 3 dice for 3 successes. Go 1 and save the effort of rolling multiple dice.
I just realized I might be the only one that's actually cautious in this group. Everybody else is rash or weird.
Ralph.
I will roll with logic.
Okay.
Logic requires 1 success, will 2.
Will actually requires
Will
3.
3.
So.
Yeah.
So I'd
logic
have
is
to...
the better choice for you.
2 and 4.
All right. Well, you both managed to succeed to a point.
Oh god, you're gonna headbutt.
Yeah, both of you like crash headlong into each other.
I'm heavier, so I can play.
It's
I'm a fighting type.
Thankfully, it was not an actual attack or Pokemon move, so you're not really hurt. It just smarts a bit. But on closer inspection, Ralph, you realize that the meat is off-colored. It's sort of purplish. And Riley, your nose picks up an acrid scent coming from the meat.
Is it grape flavored? Oh, it's not grape flavored? Darn.
No, it's not grape flavored. It's...
You see purple meat, first thing you think it's grape.
This is obviously poison.
I want to pick it up anyway. I'm taking it with me. I can make use of this.
Also, wait, I gotta see something because both of you rash guys are playing in such a way that makes me wonder if the rash description means they didn't want to be with other people. Because that's what I'm getting the impression of. Let's see here.
No, they're reckless and unrefined.
Loudmouth, foolhardy, quick-tempered. That's fair. Oh, they are quick-tempered, though. I didn't know that, so that's good to know.
Ryan hasn't had to hit anyone yet, but I am taking this poisoned meat.
Alright, I guess add hunk of poison meat to your inventory. Whoever thought just setting this out without an extra trap around it was a good idea.
Oh, hold on, I need a note card. Where are the note cards?
You don't need a note card, just use one of your squares.
Oh.
Yeah, you have a notes section, remember.
No, it's has poisoned meats.
Times what?
You can also, well, that takes a little effort, but...
There we go.
You know, you know what I should do? I should ask Sendaku to take the item template cards and just make them so they have a text field like the Pokemon sheets do, so we could just like grab one of those and like dump like poison meat on it, just type it on and just leave it there on the board. That'd be great. I'll do that later. I knew playing this would teach me, make me think of new things we could do for the board.
And I want to stick my tongue out at the monk's last because I got the meat. He didn't.
I'll sit on you, you little twig.
The other thing is, you don't have bags at the moment, so you're stuck carrying that, unless otherwise noted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, ignore that our character sheets say we have bags. There's just no thing that says 0, so...
I'm gonna bonk the monk's last on the head with the meat because of his comment.
That would be a strike.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Dex plus fight plus brawl, so it would just be Dex plus fight for you, and...
Does this game have counters? Can I counter with something?
You can choose to evade and or just take it and strike back, because multiple actions is a bit complex for the first
Hey!
Also, Tucker, in all this situation, he would just be looking at the two incredulously, and his nose would be kind of autopilotly noticing that meat doesn't smell so right.
Oh, jeez, I reset my camera. No, I wanted to use Alt.
Lovely. What a good roll.
What did you get? I didn't look.
I got a 6 and 2 successes.
6
So,
so far?
here-
Nice.
Yeah, so he has essentially 3 successes.
Side note, what's a success again? Mostly for the
The
stream, I'm
success
asking.
is 4 or above.
4 and above. Yes.
6 is a success that can't be removed by a failure, which is 2 ones.
Yeah. That's right.
Alright.
I'm
Are you going to evade, or are you going to... Because you don't have clash yet, so you can't actually clash.
so clash is like an action to counter.
To counter
Alright,
with a
so-
move of your own.
I'm gonna have to get that.
Wait, how do you get Clash? Is it just a
Clash
move?
is a specialty under fight.
Oh, okay.
Alrighty,
Oh, yeah, I see.
Alrighty. So yeah, I guess my best choice is to try and dodge out the way. Though it's gonna be a tough one.
Dodging is... Evasion is... Since you
Have it
guys know a special Dex plus fight.
Yes, which is 2 for me.
You can only get 2
you are
successes, so you
going to be
can't
hit.
win.
Yeah. But formality, I'm gonna roll in.
What if he gets 2 ones? Do I get like an extra strike?
No, it just means he fails.
Fails miserably.
Hyperloony remarks, Eragon's alignment is chaotic asshat.
Not wrong for this character, to be honest. He uses his party members as weapons commonly.
Anywho, yeah, just 1 success.
There's a bomb.
In Myriad Song, you would get a bonus hitting me if I rolled 2 ones.
What's Myriad
Alright.
song?
Then you need to roll Strength plus 1, minus 1 because Ralph's Vitality gives him 1 defense. So just 2 dice.
2 dice.
If you manage to succeed on one of them, you'll take a hit point. But
Ah, it's a success.
yep. All right, you take 1 hit point of damage, Ralph.
Oh my god, the first fight is amongst each other. Oh, by the way, I just want to remark to Kyrio's comment about, nah, I won't be splitting the party. I don't think you can. I mean, Tucker's not rude or anything, but he's also going to be, essentially, well, he's going to be a puppy that follows you home, essentially, so yeah, you're not getting rid of him. No. He's...
Oh, this little twig bonking me on the head. I'm gonna tackle him with my big, heavy body.
All right, I adjusted your HP, by the way, so it shows 3 of 4.
Ah, yes.
And
Nice.
Brooke, you're
it's-
going to the southeast, correct?
Me and the Munchlax are still fighting.
Actually, yeah, we should all do that, by the way, like, health for, like, our health and then our maximum health. Current health, maximum health.
Wow,
So,
these tiles are lining up nicely.
and of course, Tucker is still kind of, well, dogging, to use a pun, the Totodile. Meekly, of course,
Well-
half apologetic, but just like, I really don't want to, don't want to be with those guys that are fighting.
You better put the older head back down.
I'll be
No,
to get
it'll
rid
be
of that.
To the southeast, it looks like there's a steep drop. It looks like a ravine of some sort. You could possibly be safe down there, but that requires climbing down, and unfortunately, it doesn't look like there's any handhold.
Not that some of us can use handholds traditionally, anyways.
Or ladders, or stairs, or what have you. It's pretty dark. Let me roll. No.
Oh, the ground is made of gold.
2, huh?
Oh, finally. So, let me pull up my list.
I'm gonna get you.
There's 3, 4. I need somebody to roll a die, please.
Anybody or
Anybody.
rolling? I got a 6. You also got a 6. All right.
You both got 6s. Great. All right. Wonderful.
Fantastic. Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Oh.
You guys got a rare encounter.
Oh, boy.
Don't worry, they're not difficult. But a pair of Salandit
I love these
clamber
animations.
out of the ravine as you start poking your nose in it. They seem to have something shiny with them in their bandit bags. They squeak when they see you, and immediately initiate combat.
Oh boy.
So I require Brooke and whoever is next to Brooke to... Actually, you all can start initiative, since if Ralph and Riley stop fighting each other, they're going to actually notice that something has happened.
They're technically they're one grid square away, but I guess that's close enough to be in combat as well. I actually don't know the rule on that.
Well, you guys are at the... Essentially,
Edge.
the ravine is at the edge of your square because of its positioning.
Right, we're at this little upper corner, so...
Initiative is...
Let's see.
Dex plus survival.
Yeah, Dex plus
alert.
survival plus alert. If you have...
Yeah.
Well, which you don't have, so... Yeah. So I roll 3. And I got 13. No ones.
I got 3 failure. I got 3 ones. Do I even know what's going on?
What the fuck?
Hang on.
I rolled 3 ones.
You're holding meat. I think it's poisoning you already.
The poison meat's affecting my brain.
You're literally... You have to handhold it, so I don't know. If it's a contact poison, then yeah.
Possibly.
No, it's ingested. Alright, so let's see who has what.
I got a nice roll. 5, 6, and 2 for me.
My 1 dice gave me a 6.
You got a
for my
6,
one
nice.
die. Yeah.
I'm suddenly very happy I all-rounded my stats, because I think I'm the one that's the least rash anyway, so it makes sense. You got 11, Kyrio? Also a good roll. But...
Okay, please tell me what your initiatives are so I can write them down. Kyrio got an 11. That much.
My initiative is 6.
I got 3.
Wait. Are you asking... What are you asking?
I'm asking what your initiatives were so I can...
Like my base stat initiative, or what I rolled?
What you rolled.
Oh, I got a 6, 5, and a 2. Wait.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess it's...
I'm just gonna add them all together since
Okay.
that's easier for me for this.
Yeah, sure. I just...
particular thing.
It only matters that I point out what I rolled if I get 1s, right? Basically. If I get 2 1s, then it matters, but otherwise...
The way I'm gonna do initiative is I'm going to take the totals, since that's what I'm used to.
Okay. 13 then for me. Sorry about that. I wasn't sure if I should break it down or not. So wait, where were the sandals? I don't know. Yeah. Where were they exactly? Were they atop the ledge
They
then?
clambered out of the ravine, so they're at the edge of it.
Okay.
Technically speaking.
Are they still down then, or like at the bottom part?
No. They clambered up.
Oh, they clambered
got
up.
something at the bottom.
Ah, I see. They're good claimers. They are. Wasn't sure if we were doing like attack motions, but we were like 30 feet up and down from each other or something. I had to check that.
Okay, then this will be interesting.
Oh my gosh. Technically, we do have a battle theme for the Sandalit gang. I don't know if we should play it. Should I play it on stream, or should I just keep it to the dungeon? You think?
Hang. I'm just trying to zoom in so I can get.
Okay. Because I'm gonna let you pick Karserus whenever music changes. I'm not gonna pick. You tell me if you think the chat should have, specifically the stream should have different music playing for a situation.
It does not want to.
What's wrong? What's it doing? Does it want to change pages?
Yeah, it doesn't want to change pages.
Let me try. You're right. What's it doing? Oh, there we go. Worked for Charade.
Oh.
Wait, what?
Because we were.
Oh,
Somebody
right.
was searching.
Somebody typed it. Oh, yeah. I don't know who did that, but that's okay. Now I can't interact with it whatsoever. I think only one person can interact with it at a time. I'm not sure, though. I'm really not sure about the rules of tablets.
What?
Who yeah,
I think that's people moving the camera.
Hold on.
And
I know how to
having
fix it.
selected.
I know how to fix it. Make sure if you're done with it, if you're working the tablet. There we go. Okay, I fixed that. I can actually use it now. The best, if that happens, just back arrow and front arrow again. That'll recover your ability to use the tablet. Make sure, guys, if you're messing with the tablet, make sure to just click the table when you leave the tablet, so you're not on it anymore. All right. Oh. All right. We're on the dungeon page. We should be able to go to. Oh, God damn it! Somebody's still doing that. Who's doing that?
Okay. I'm not even clicked into the tablet.
I am. Okay, let me. Nobody press anything for a second. Let me do it. Let me just get us out of this loop. There we go. I'm out of the loop. We're out of the loop now. We should be anyways.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, I don't know who moves the camera with WASD, but it's much more efficient to use the mouse if you.
I admit I do, but I make sure I'm not on the tablet because I always click out. Like I can check right now. Yeah, I'm not typing.
Where is?
It's okay. I don't know. It doesn't matter who it is. It's easily fixed.
Well, I'm looking. Oh, A Poisonous Rebel. Yes, the second song, A Poisonous Rebel. Oh,
yes. Okay then. Song is a little louder than it first seems at first, so make sure to keep it down a bit if you're playing it.
Yep. I may need to turn it back down, but it'll be.
I think the volume is probably okay where it was before for me. So.
All right.
So who was actually fighting?
Well, Eragon's going to be last, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, what's turn order?
Turn order is second Salandit, you, Eragon, Charm, Kyrio, first Salandit, Tubby, and then Eragon.
Okay.
We can actually set you all in order if we so choose.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Like just lining them up. That's a pretty smart idea actually. I didn't think about that. That is a smarty idea, and then we can just remove them. Tucker would be rather surprised by the appearance of more Pokemon, but these ones don't seem. These ones seem a lot more natural and less weird than the others, but also more hostile, of course. So Tucker's not sure about this situation, but awkwardly gets into a fight or flight stance. Probably by instinct, if anything. Because I do have a number of points in that.
If I can get my notepad documents in order. Oh, if only to have a second monitor. So the first acting Salandit growls and decides to exude a poisonous gas from its mouth. Just a purple wave wafting over the area nearby.
Oh, that's one hell of a bell.
Ew.
3. Unfortunately, because of the wind and the inclement weather, the cloud almost immediately gets blown away, much to its chagrin and surprise.
It's a good thing I ate that magical Jolly Rancher now.
Wait, did he literally eat that? I thought he just activated it. Shit.
No,
Oh, no, I just ate it. But it disappeared, so I think I ate it.
Also, this actually raises a good point for battles. Is the attack moves going to be just something we don't know? I assume so, because that's probably how it would work in normal D&D. Actually, what is this? What am I asking? You know what? Ignore me. That makes perfect sense, and it's not even really a question. Ignore me entirely.
Why am I crooked?
Of course, Brooke's on board. Brooke's just like, oh, fight, yeah.
Alright, Charm, it's your turn.
Kind of makes sense I was first. I'm the most careful.
You got 4 lanes.
Well, second, technically, but...
Now, as a reminder, they are at the edge of the ravine.
Yes.
They're just counting on their numbers and intimidating surprise attack to get to you.
Yes, that's true. Tucker would have his ears folded down, a little bit annoyed and also confused, but ready for action all the same. He sees the threat at hand here. He also notes. I was going to ask. Oddly enough, your information you just presented was what I was going to technically have Tucker be asking about. They are near the ledge, so I have a question. Can I use knockdown to push them?
Yes, you can.
Okay. All right, let's take a look at knockdown if you want, guys. I'll put it on screen. Yeah, push the target away from the user. I figured that might. Okay, good to know. And out of curiosity, they both are they Sandlets holding treasure as well right now? Are they both doing so? Are they like was one more encumbered than the other, or what's that situation like?
It's not that they're encumbered, but they have bags that have jingly shinies in them.
I see. Well, Tucker is not like a treasure whore exactly, so wouldn't care about like that right now, at least in this situation. So, knockdown is strength plus fight plus brawl for accuracy. So I roll accuracy first, right?
Correct.
All right.
Let's see how many successes you get.
So that would be
So
for me
three
three.
dice.
3 dice. Almost everything I'm doing is 3 dice, which is I guess is fine. So, all right, 3, 5, and 6. That's pretty good.
Interesting. 2 successes. So, the damage you would deal, technically speaking,
Technically
would be
speaking,
your strength plus 0.
yeah. So it'd be 2.
Land it
I think I still have to
at
roll
1
the.
vitality, so
Yeah.
you are free to roll a single damage die and see if you actually hurt.
Okay. A single damage die. Oh, right, because it's, yeah,
Correct.
minus their vitality. Yeah, okay. Let's see what happens. That's a 2.
Yeah. Well, you don't damage the which Salandit was it?
Oh, shit, I never mentioned which one I was targeting. Probably the one that already tried to do something to look dangerous, because that's obviously the largest threat. The other one is probably a threat too, but that's the one that attacked first, so yeah, that's the one Tucker would be worried about most.
Rushing forward, Tucker basically does a quadrupedal shoulder check against the Salandit, and with a squeak, he tumbles over the edge, surprised by the force of your attack.
Kaploop, ploop.
I did a physical attack animation to make it appropriate.
Oh, sorry.
Tucker would remark, serves you right. Kind of a little bit, kind of half hoping it didn't kill it or something, because Tucker's not
You
mean.
look down, he's been like impaled on a stellar.
The other Salandit looks over in surprise and grasps.
We didn't think of the tough ones over here. Oh, the mistress won't be pleased.
Does the mistress have food?
Oh my god.
Tucker would beam a little bit at Brooks' remark with a little tail wag.
And oh wait, it's not raining anymore. Sadness.
Oh, did it wear off? Oh wait.
Oh, it's snowing now.
No, it's hail now.
Oh right.
Otherwise, Brick would have been.
Oh yeah, shit. How does that damage work? Or
It
when does it
adds a
work?
flat damage to water moves.
Okay. Oh right. Okay. Oh yeah. I'll deal 1 damage to all non-ice type Pokemon in the field at the end of the round. I assume the round is when everybody's had a turn.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, why does Dead Sandalit have red on his head?
Why not?
I guess he did get impelled. I don't know. I was noticing they don't have red when they're like normal, but they have red when they're... I don't know much about Sandalets. I didn't play Sun and Moon.
Sorry, give me one.
Oh, take your time. Also, hello, Chris. What's wrong with the first Sandalit? For those unaware of what just happened, I used a basic move, which we have these moves that... I'll show them on Riley's field here because they're all obvious. These are moves that anybody can use, so they're like non-type moves that you can just use. And they're kind of technical moves that they're usually not that strong, but they have uses. Basically, I used Knockdown, which can push the target. Since the Sandalits were on a ledge, I basically I used the terrain to my advantage, essentially pushing one of them off the ledge. I wasn't actually able to hurt him directly, but the push wasn't great for him, obviously. Salandits! I'm sorry, everything I know is a lie. That's true, though. It is
there we
Salandits.
go. Okay,
I'm sorry.
I didn't know if Kyrio had heard me earlier. Alright, special plus fight. for water gun.
Yeah, kind of like that hyper.
Which would be 2 dice for you.
Let's see. So water gun. Let's take a look at that. So yeah. So see how that rolls, I guess. Does the game have shiny Pokemon? If Karserus makes them show up, I guess?
I mean, yeah, they can. 2 4s, huh? Well, that's double successes.
Oh, yeah.
The
yeah.
Salandit, however, is going to try and evade. Using the up
Boing.
attack. Well, it got 1 success. Unfortunately, that doesn't save it. I don't believe... Hang on, let me see the rule about rolling sick.
Take your time. Welcome, Hydro. Guess I missed a lot. You didn't miss that much. Some reason we met. Everybody's rash or weird or focused on food except for me. I'm just trying to get along with it. We're in the middle of a wilderness, so we're kind of not... Yeah. Kind of exploring and by necessity. Then we ran to the Sandalwood gang, which I didn't expect this early, but hey, that's cool. Rare encounters.
And Ralph licked a giant marble and turned it from rain to snow.
Yes. We'll see, what's that called? Just Hail Orb, I think, in the PMD games.
Where's the rule on sixes?
Roll on 6s. Should have written this down in my notes, too. Well, I mean, Ralph is definitely meeting his description of excited to try new foods. And Riley is... I guess Riley's weird, sure. I guess that's a... I'm just looking at bios and, like, considering how they're being performed compared to the bio.
My description is really good, isn't it?
Is weird the right word, though?
Really weird.
It's like... Oh, look at that guy. He's suicidally jumping off of cliffs. That's weird. It's like, I don't know if weird's quite a strong enough word.
He's not jumping off of cliffs. He's jumping over cliffs, like an adrenaline junkie.
One is fated because I'm the only one that it seems to be insane in the situation, or at least not brash. So I noticed that the satellites are we're kind of sandwiching them between them on the ledge. So I used a push move I wasn't able to hurt him, but I was able to push him off the ledge, which kind of hurt probably more than any attack I could do. It was how high was the ledge?
Okay.
100 meters.
It's a rather steep ravine, but it's probably not dead. Pokemon are sturdy.
Yeah, they are.
I can't find a thing on it, only that rolling 2 1s takes off a success, and I know that a 6 is an irremovable success. So, unfortunately, that's still gonna hit. Let's see if you do damage. That would be special +2.
Okay.
So 3 dice for your damage pool. And Landits are fire types, which I believe adds an extra die.
Oh, is that what it does?
Yeah. So roll another die for me.
Still some of yours.
That's fine.
Oh wait, and it's stabbed.
Doggo
so
here to
roll
help.
another die.
Take another. Doggo's here to help.
One.
Doggo's here to help. Take all my dice. 3. Okay.
All right, 2 successes. Oh right, their defense.
Another
Well,
one.
I should have taken off 1, but it's fine. It's fine. It takes 2 damage. So let me check the notes.
I'm gonna put my dice on my inventory. That way I remember which one I'm using. I was gonna keep a random 3 of them. By the way, if... Oop. Thank you. I didn't move the numbers if you need to look at them again.
As if on pure instinct, you feel this bubbling urge in your gullet, and you just feel the need to sort of retch, almost, but it's not the same. And you unhinge your jaws, and a blast of water comes out as you fire a water gun and coat the Salandit in water. He cries out in pain and stumbles a bit. After trying to evade your attack, skidding closer to the edge, but not quite falling off. However, being a fire type like he was, he's severely injured.
Can I look in the Discord chat real quick?
Which one?
The Discord chat.
Oh no. Oh, that's right. That was so weird.
No.
I can't really show that to the stream though, because it's fine. Riley's Eragon is playing Riley in another PMD themed game. It's not Pokerole, but it's used separate. For some reason, he was using a water gun, and one of the people there is an artisan druid. I don't remember the reason that Riola was using water gun, but
because I could use copycat.
Copycat.
Thinks that it was a fish, so I just copied it.
I think I'm starting to like Rook's personality. As for, I mean, I love everybody's personality, but I just don't know what to comment on most of them.
No.
Man, I wish it was my
Back
turn.
and forth between the ravine and at you two. Screw that guy, I need to get back. I need to warn the mistress. And he starts to scamper off. It looks like he's...
Hey, you ain't going nowhere.
Well, he technically is.
Unfortunately for him, he runs smack dab between both Ralph and Riley.
Uh-oh, that's a really bad place to be. We were just brawling.
Unfortunately, he's already made his action for the round because he wasn't doing multiple actions. So it's now Ralph's turn.
Oh.
Yeah, however, Ralph, you just see this Salandit come between you and Riley, and he looks so skittish, and he has a bag that has shinies in it.
Uh-oh.
Oh, you see he still has his bag?
Yeah.
What?
Let's make a...
Also, just for everybody to know, you can actually change your model's state to have them attack or stuff if you want to. If you want to have a punch to your action, I sometimes am making you guys doing that. If you don't like me doing that, I won't do it.
I'm gonna roll a grapple.
I know.
Oh, the fruit in that bag.
He's smooching it.
A grapple, you say? Alright.
His lunch money.
Strength fight.
Yeah, strength and fight, which is 3.
Ow.
Revenge for that punch earlier.
Oh,
Whoa, Jesus.
Wait, what happened?
The Munchlax
Oh, wow.
is really not letting that thing move.
2 6s and a 3.
Right,
Cool.
squeaky. Just grab it, makes a squeaky toy noise. Squeaky.
Yeah, it does make a squeaky toy noise.
He's very
And he starts
determined.
bleeding. He's like, please, let me go. They're going to eat me.
Don't introduce.
That's not
Oh,
a bad idea.
should introduce that thought with somebody who just lost poisoned meat that he really wanted.
His eyes bug out, looking up at Ralph like, no.
like my lips, intimidatingly.
Can I steal his bag while he's being held by the Munchlax?
Let me look at all the things.
Actually, what did Ralph do? Was it actually the grapple move?
Yes,
Yeah,
Ralph
the
grapple.
grapple
Yes.
maneuver.
The grapple.
Unfortunately, he will not auto-break the grapple by wriggling out until it's his turn. So, yeah, you probably can, if you can worm your arms past Ralph's fat ones.
I mean, Ralph
Just
would
past
notice.
the Landits.
This is fine. I'll be quick.
Alright,
You might get sucked in.
dexterity.
Alright, I got good decks.
Do you? Let's see what your dex is. That's a pretty good dex. 6 and 3.
Yeah, see, pretty good.
It's pretty solid.
Got the 6.
You move closer to Ralph, but in order to do this, you have to drop the poison meat, which, in retrospect, isn't as appealing as potential treasures.
Exactly. I
And
just
you
want
start
the bag.
worming your paws underneath the Munchlax's arms, tugging at the bag, and the Salandit needs to make an opposed strength check, which he only gets 1 die for.
That feel when you're part of a thief gang and you're getting mugged.
No!
Oh, 2.
Haha, bitch.
Too busy squirming and fearful for his life that you take his bag from him.
I'm just straight. I'm taking the bag. I'm putting it on. This is mine now.
Well, the bag can't hold much. It looks like it only has 1 thing in it.
Okay, well it's better than no things. Okay, what's in it?
Is it food?
Roll for me 2 dice.
2 dice. We got 2 1s here. Oh, it's not fantastic. I'll be honest. 2
What?
and 4.
6. All right.
Instead of joining like we discussed yesterday, it looks like we're going to make a rival gang.
It looks like there's a packet of powder inside. There's some foul smell. It's kind of foul smelling, but it's tied with this sort of shiny string that seems to be keeping it fresh.
Oh, okay, so it's clearly cocaine. I'm gonna seal that back up.
That's funny. This poor Salandit's part of a gang and he's getting mugged.
I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna pick my poison meat back up. So I got a bag with cocaine and poisoned meat.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, okay. So that's what you ended up with.
Oh, heal powder.
Not that we would know that in character, but
You don't know what that is, but that's so you guys know what you have.
it's clearly something valuable, even though it doesn't smell very
Whoa,
good.
what the hell?
What? What happened?
Oh, someone moved it over there.
Yeah.
Oh.
I moved it over.
I mean, technically that's an item and go in the item bag, but we don't have a bag, so it doesn't really matter at this
Well,
point. in
I
time.
stole the bag though.
Wait, they had a bag. Wait, what?
I took the whole bag.
Does that
It
give
was
him a
bandit
bag? Does that
Well,
give
you
him
have
literally a
It had a
bag?
bag of powder.
It's not
Yeah,
the same
bandit
as.
bag doesn't hold a whole lot.
Okay.
but I want
Also,
it.
there's a couple of like shiny rocks that sort of clink onto the ground. It's basically the equivalent of like 3 currency.
Oh, I can keep that.
Oh, okay. Is it okay if I could ask you that your item actually goes in? Since you do technically have a bag, could it go over here?
I put it there originally. Someone else moved
Oh,
it.
Sorry,
okay.
I moved it. I
Okay.
moved it because it's not an actual bag.
It's for now. It
It's
does
enough.
count the best. I guess it doesn't really matter, but it's just a little more logical. Oh,
Is
let
that
me.
like 3
Oh,
money?
Eragon. So the food storage, this has snap points. There's snap points across this whole thing for each type of
But
food.
I thought this was supposed to be money, not apples.
Oh no, I'm just letting you know.
That is money.
Though we don't actually. That's storage, obviously. So for now, also they should stack. Yeah, they do stack. There you go.
3 money. Fantastic.
There you are.
Fantastic. I
3
bugged the dude
apples.
for 3 money and some powder.
3
nice.
apples.
But I have a bag too, so this is
I'm,
success.
Oh God!
Check my loot.
So I'm going to explain this for this stream because this might confuse people familiar with PMD. PMD normally uses Poke, but the Pokerole PMD system uses food as money. So there's not directly Poke; it is food as money, which I'm a little worried about now that there's a Munchlax that's really hungry. Now I think about it.
Have to kill
Don't
me
worry
to get
about
my
it
money.
too much. Don't worry about it too much. You will have what is equivalent to currency. So yeah, it rolls around, and it's now Charm's turn since the other Salandit got pushed off into a ravine.
Okay, so the grapple move, all that Ralph is doing is just holding the damn thing while it squirms, right? Basically.
Yep, that's why he's wiggling the wiggly. Yeah. As
Well-
you manage to catch up to the Salandit, by the way, alongside Brooke, you see Riley essentially mugging the poor thing.
Well, Tucker would remark, I guess they deserve that. But he's not really quite sure what exactly is going on with this restraint situation. The Salandit, I'm going to say the word right. I'm going to promise you I will. Doesn't seems a little. It seems kind of honestly not that dangerous anymore to even the somewhat nervous, Tucker. So, what? I guess Tucker would simply stand nearby, kind of at the ready in case we need to like restrain it better or something, but not actually do anything otherwise because it seems to be under control.
You're
and
holding an action.
Yeah, Tucker is not really one to just like attack, because I think it looks scared and he would probably hold his action because it's like, well, it seems like it's more or less already learned its lesson. So that's, yeah, holding action. That's what would go on mechanically.
All right, Brooke, you've caught up with the other Salandit. Riley, the Riolu, seems to have been mugging the thing, and the Munchlax is looking at it hungrily, holding onto it like he might a piece of meat. By which I mean in a death grip.
I'm sorry, what was happening? There's a small problem in the chat, so I was distracted for a second.
It's Brooke's turn currently, since you're holding your action.
Ah. Oh. Yeah, that's Brooke's turn, of course. Well, this goes on. I'm just gonna remark to the chat, Kashi. I mean, I don't ban people for like, unless they actually do something wrong, which you haven't. But I will ask, could we please keep the drama you had in another person's stream away from this one? Like, let's just chill and have a good time, right? To answer Body Pillow's question, yeah, this is actually fine. I don't mind waiting for Kyrio. I can answer the chat while he's typing, so it's all good. Body Pillows are people too. That's a great username. Where did you get the models you're using? These models we grabbed from a model set made by... I have to look them up again. But there is a... well, yeah, borrowed, stolen. I mean, I have permission. I talked to the guy. I didn't add them officially to the table anyways. They're just on our particular game. But they are... The models are CHRY on Steam. No, wait, no. That's a lie, actually. That's the guy who made the MP3 player we're not using. I would have to look that up again. I'll do that on the side while we continue the game. Oh, there we go. Django Bot. Django Bot made the Pokemon models. There's like a gen set for everything. You can look them up here, I believe. Also, I heard rolls. What's going on?
Doing DM things.
Oh, okay. That guy made a bunch of Pokemon models. You can see there. They're really great. He recently made them animated. They were originally just static, actually. But now they're all cool. I'm kind of glad that happened before we started our game, actually. So.
And the Salandit squirms so that he can look over the blubbery arms and glare at the Totodile.
That's right. We're the Salandit bandits, and Mr. Salazzle will put you in a world of hurt if you don't let me go.
Interrogation. That's actually pretty smart for somebody, Rash. In this situation especially, getting information is a good idea.
Oh goodness, I forgot about the icy weapon. It doesn't matter.
And this is when the Munchlax just eats him.
So is that all Brooke is going to be doing, interrogating?
Make an intimidation roll or something.
That is actually under contest. So I would say strength contest? If you really wanted to do that. Ooh, actually, yes. Go ahead and use Lear. Yeah, that would be tough. I'm sorry. So, yeah, tough plus contest for that. One success. Unfortunately, it's not like he can really evade it, being grappled.
Oh yeah, Kyrio has Leer. I kind of forgot about that. But I guess that would be pretty useful for this situation.
So not only does his defense lower, which means his defense is now effectively 0, but you have him successfully cowed for all intents and purposes. He starts to sweat as he stops wiggling in the Munchlax's,
Don't hurt me. You already have our treasures. Mr. Salazzle will punish me when I get home. Please don't eat me.
Oh my god.
I love this voice.
Yeah, I'll think about it.
It's that thing's turn, right? Or
yes it is. So, I'm sorry, I should be using my Pika dice.
You're stealing the char dice. What the heck, man?
So, he rolls a 6, and he just blows a poison gas cloud at the ground as he squirms out of Ralph's grip.
Ooh.
His body's
Hi.
slippery from both sweating and, you know, the mud and water on the ground.
My lunch is getting away.
So, unfortunately, Brooke has already taken an action, so Brooke is going to end up being poisoned. But those of you who haven't taken an action yet may evade. But the Salandit uses the poison gas cloud as cover to run away.
So is the poison technically hitting us all though?
Yes, it hits everyone.
How evasion would just be my 3 dice, I guess.
Will the evasion take up my turn?
The evasion takes your action for the round.
Kyrio's blindfold. Getting really into it.
Could I instead use my turn to tackle the escaping?
Instead of evading?
You can, but if you don't evade, you will be poisoned.
I'm gonna try evade.
Okay, he's gonna get away though, so I'm gonna jump him.
Alright.
Another grapple.
I rolled okay.
You got a success, which matches his. So I'll say you managed to get yourself low to the ground and cover your muzzle with your paws, just in time.
oh, I just rolled my dice
Phew.
Into what? Oblivion?
Yeah, well, they got
Oh, no, what
sucked
you-
into the Game Boy.
Oh no!
no,
What did
start
you
using
do this
roll.
time? Why don't you hit that? Why don't you do me a favor and just select your dice and hit R? It's a lot safer for somebody like you, I guess I could say.
I'm just used to throwing them across the table because my other DM prefers I throw them across the
Yes, such a good grapple.
What did you get?
I got 4 successes.
Nice.
Awesome.
Oh, trust me, I like throwing the dice normally, but with this many dice in play, I figured it'd be a lot safer just to hit R.
Yeah. Anywho, 1 success on that.
Unfortunately for the Salandit,
Oh baby, a triple.
Ah, yes.
yeah, really. Unfortunately for the Salandit, he didn't expect the Riolu to do this at the cost of his own health, and so is pinned to the ground by an angry, pouncing Riolu.
I wouldn't move again if I were you.
I'm sorry. Darkman asked the question that just made me chuckle. What happened to Car's voice? He asked. Like, it's called role playing. He's playing the sandal. He's
All right.
He's the DM and playing the Salandits. I am going to get that word down.
All right. So, poison lasts until you get some sort of medication. or until your body can't resist it any longer, in which case you faint.
Oh.
But you can roll to resist it every round. So we'll say for each tile you move from now on, barring tiles you've already been to. So each new tile you move into, you'll have to roll to resist poison. Otherwise, you're going to be getting damaged. So normally, Riley would roll Vitality -2. Unfortunately, you don't have any dice for that, which means you're going to be taking 1 point of poison damage.
Like, constantly?
Yep.
Oh. Whoops.
Also, poison would technically go here.
Yes, I rolled. I got 1 success on the die.
I guess it doesn't really matter.
That would have been enough.
Yeah, I really shouldn't be moving your guys' pieces. I have a mean. Sorry if I annoy anybody with like moving something to another place. It's just because I'm the maker of the board, so I had everything in mind a certain way. So I just might do it autopilotly. Sorry.
This is okay.
Poison technically is supposed to go on the right map, but it doesn't really matter, to be perfectly honest. Especially if your right map's really busy and such. I can understand.
Yeah, this is fine.
Honestly, Charm, you're streaming, so it's technically a show. I don't want to be... Okay, let me put it this way real fast, just I'll be quick about this. The other D&D games, I sometimes accidentally monopolized, because I'm bad at, like, group stuff. I really am just kind of awkward with group stuff. So I kind of sometimes monopolize certain situations. I'm being very careful not to do that this time. So, that's why I'm a little nervous like that. I didn't do it to be mean, I just kind of did it without thinking. That being said, you still have a point. If I need to interject for the stream. So, yeah, go on.
You guys are very desperate to basically keep this Solanda in the encounter.
Or have it give up for the scene of it.
Well, that's kind of what it did. It's trying to escape, but
I can snap his neck next turn.
Oh, no. Okay, we do want to bring up lethal. Did we already have to bring up the difference between non-lethal and lethal moves and such? Sounds like we do.
If you're going to actually attack it, Eragon, you're going to have to either use strike or you're going to have to use one of your moves.
Oh, perfect. I have an attack move.
But wait, does that mean he won't be lethally in it? Because there isn't a lethal move in his list.
There is not a lethal move in his list.
Thank God for that. Thank God for that.
Well, I could try and hurl him off a cliff, I suppose. There's some of those nearby.
I mean, that doesn't seem llethal from what I understand, but you could do it.
I could.
Yeah. You could. At least you won't be directly responsible.
Exactly. It was gravity. It was a horrible accident.
I'll have to remember that.
I guess you missed some explanations, Hydro. You honestly might just want to watch the stream back after it gets saved, buddy, if you're worried about missing things. So, because it will be saved, so.
Okay. So.
Yeah, I'm thinking so, Beerus.
Around to... That makes it Charm's turn again.
Yeah, top of the round, sure.
Okay, so what is currently happening?
What about hail?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
wait.
You may, Kyrio.
Oh, that's a good point. How many rounds have ended? Because we should be taking hell damage, right? Yeah.
It's been a few rounds. It's been two rounds so far. I could say you're taking hail damage, but remember previously I said that normally this area is very arid and warm, so the weather is unusual.
Okay, so it's not actually hurting us. It's a little more mild.
Yeah.
Yeah, the hell's smaller.
It was originally rain too, so. I'm also being mildly lenient about weather damage since it's the first session.
That's fair. I mean, it's just 1 damage, but we also only have like 4. Let's see, 4
to 5 HP, depending on
yeah.
4. Okay.
Would I be taking damage at all? Yeah. If it's only 1, my damage to ice is -1 anyway.
However, how's poison work again? Because let's see.
It's 1 damage every round. I would assume on your turn. You do get to resist it, which is, and the resist pool is vitality -2. So you guys don't have enough vitality to resist it. So you'll be taking 1 damage each round.
Okay.
Until essentially you faint.
Okay, so my main question was, did Riley have to roll for that yet, or such?
Riley did, and unfortunately, because you don't have enough vitality, Riley is now 3 of 4.
Yeah, I'm gonna just Sorry, I just added a vitality number for you because it's important now. Or I added a max HP number. Also, I want to point out that Kyrio said, "Can I ask a question?" Or can I ask it a question?
Kyrio. You may. You may ask a question, Kyrio.
I mean, I guess it's my turn, but you know, if the Totodile wants to talk, I'd probably just, you know, right. Tucker would probably just allow it. Another hold of turn, I suppose. I don't really need Tucker doesn't really need to do much in this situation. The situation's under control, so.
That's a good question.
Let's
the
see.
semi-flattened Saland, it groans and whimpers.
Savannah is to the south. It's not that far.
You're Munchlax. Suddenly I'm your Munchlax.
He's more supposed to not understand good cop, bad cop. No, which of us would be the good cop? I'm not entirely sure.
Wait, you guys aren't from around here? Oh, Mistress is gonna want to hear about this.
and he starts to squirm weakly again since he's pinned under the Riolu.
You better not tell anyone we were here, buddy. You'll regret it.
I feel really bad for it, honestly. Oh, whoops. I think I just deleted. Oh, well. That's fine. I just deleted my biography. It's no biggie. I can fix it. I can't undo here. I actually clicked it and then apparently Control-A and deleted somehow.
Well, you didn't really put anything in biography.
I'll just add what was there before.
Oh, there's a town nearby. I'm probably gonna want to go there. Carrio's not blindfolded again.
Tucker would prick up his ears to that. Honestly, part of the reason Tucker held his turn is because the Totodile asked some good questions before, so figured he would again, and he was right.
Also, I actually did roll for the objective, and it was one tile down. So that diagonal tile you see there is essentially the exit to Savannah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, perfect.
Also, there's a shortcut I keep missing. Are you blindfolding when you type, Kyrio? Is that what's going on, or?
You can type B or hit B and you should be instantly blindfolded.
Oh. Oh, that's how you do it. Oh, it's cool. It's your curtain's the color of your color, isn't it? The color of your color. Good work, me. Okay. Isn't it enter? Yeah, enter to activate the chat. Okay. I always just click it, but that's a faster way.
Alright. Well,
So-
it seems like the Totodile wants to leave, but it is Charm's turn in combat if Charm decides to do anything.
Also, Dark, Dark, oh, that's what he meant. So, Dark was asking why your voice got cut. Car is using manual push-to-talk, and sometimes he accidentally cuts himself off by letting go of the button a little early or such.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's my turn again? Okay. I actually will do...
Because you didn't do anything when your turn started.
Yeah, true. At this point, I would do something. Tucker would approach hesitantly, making sure the Salandit's not trying to do any more of those poison shenanigans. Talking is your relief reactions. This is true. But I would also... shit. Is there a neutral action that counts for what I want to do? Let's see. So let me look real fast. Not really. So I guess this is not... I don't know. It's still an action of sorts, but... let's see. Riol is still grappling, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and grappling by standing on it, basically. Or just... or pinning, like wrestling move.
Wrestling move.
Wrestling move. I would walk over to the two of them and looking amongst my sort of allies. Tucker would hesitantly remark, guys, I think that's good enough. Let's just let him go. And I would kind of pat the Riolu's shoulder with like one paw, because Tucker's not like a meanie.
You heard what he was gonna say. He was gonna go inform the mistress about us. We can't have that.
I wonder what he tastes like.
I'm not.
I'm not food.
Well-
Anything's food if you're brave enough.
Oh my god.
His eyes bug out and he just sort of starts to cry.
This is the worst day of my life.
We could keep him as a pet.
Well, reminder, you all are now Pokemon. That is the mindset of a human.
I mean, if your logic score coincides with it, but I don't know.
Not very smart.
Tucker would remark, well, I don't really care if... I don't know who this mistress is, but I'm more interested in just going to town as soon as I can.
The mistress might be in town. I think they might be in trouble.
The dog would think about that.
While the dog's doing that, I want to carry the thing over to the nearest cliff.
No, your turn yet.
Heck.
You're carrying it over to the nearest what?
Cliff.
Ledge?
Sure.
Okay.
Nearest ledge or cliff, whichever's closer.
Probably the same one I knocked the other one off of. I'm not against violence, it's just, you know.
My turn comes before his though, and I want to lick.
Uh-oh.
Oh, are you actually gonna lick?
Yeah.
I mean,
Uh-oh.
Go ahead and roll damage without accuracy,
oops.
which is strength +1. His defense is lowered, by the way, because of Lear.
Alrighty,
He's
so.
gonna die.
Oh wow, so 2 plus 1 more die.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, sorry, I was supposed to not roll it like.
Fucking hell, I got 3
3 damage.
5s.
He's knocked out. You do the lick, and it doesn't even get to the point of the paralysis hitting his system. He just shivers, and his eyes roll up, and he faints. He's like limp noodle, pinned by Riolu.
Not bad. We could probably find better food in town.
Hocking him off of cliffs is sort of like a moot point now.
Oh, you know what? Tucker's gonna speak up at this point. Well, he's not really a threat now. If we don't want mentioning things to the mistress, he doesn't seem very nice. Maybe we should just take him to this town with us. Maybe they don't like him either.
Gonna get him arrested.
This is not how I imagined this would go. It's wonderful.
All right, perfect. I can agree with this. I'm gonna drag this thing by its tail on the ground behind me.
Brooke, I need you to take a poison damage because you'll have moved into the new tile by now.
Oh wait, that's right. They both got poisoned. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yep.
The rash ones got poisoned. How bizarre.
Gee. Unfortunately, multiple actions is very strange in this game. It does. Basically, it means you are at the mercy of whoever comes after you.
Yeah. I mean, we're out of combat at this point, right?
Yeah, you are.
I mean, we killed the opponent.
Okay.
Close enough.
Just gonna...
Oh, yes, let's...
Oh no, not again.
I'm gonna follow.
I'll fix it.
yeah.
I'll fix it. That should fix it, right? Yeah, that fixes it. And forward again.
Really? Somehow I managed to type into the search bar. How are
You're a terrible person. It's fine.
Yes, I am.
I mean,
Alright.
I don't know if anything's gonna come between us and town, but I'm just going back to playing this. Unless you want to. There. Oh, nope. That was me. I think that was me that time.
No, I moved it to locales.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. You pick after.
Feel free to play number 10 if you are so inclined.
Number 10.
So Tucker would probably be basically hedging between the group wanting to do things as the Salandit and Brooke running off. Because again, he wants to stay as a team. As hard as it is.
Alrighty, I did what I wanted to taste it, and I tasted it, so I'm headed into town.
Right, I'm gonna drag this with me, but I'm gonna go towards town as well. Because town means shelter. This weather sucks.
One health point
and
takes
the
away.
weather has changed from hail back to like thunderstorming.
Oh, great.
I mean, yeah, we have that. I guess we can. Here.
You should
Yeah.
put the Salamis in your inventory.
I could use him as an umbrella.
Oh my god, you just put them in your inventory. Perfect. God, look at this inventory we have here. 3 apples, some foul powder, a salad.
Oh my god! No, wait, you guys have heal powder!
Oh wait, we do. But we don't know what it is.
It's cocaine. I'm keeping that.
Well, see, if any of you handled Pokemon
I mean,
in your human lives, you would recognize that the powder is an herbal remedy for, it's basically a cure-all for status.
have I seen it or smelled it enough to know it exists?
I'm the only one who's even looked at it, so
But
no.
I have no. It smells smell, and I'm a fucking dog. Do I know it exists?
Yeah. Yeah, you can, now that you're not distracted by combat and, you know, snow and the ozone,
Yeah.
yeah, you can smell that the bag that the Riolu has appropriated has a foul smell going on in it that is... it's kind of familiar. Roll me a...
Appropriated.
Logic.
Say again, Karserus?
Roll me a logic,
A
please.
logic. Okay.
It's wealth redistribution is what this is.
4.
Alright, yeah, you know that it smells like one of the herbal remedies used to cure some of the status ailments that Pokemon have. Pokemon
Okay.
don't like it, of course, because it tastes like crap, but, you know, most things do.
All right. Well, as we're walking into town, Tucker would remark, I think one of you have something that could help with that poison.
Not me.
I don't know if I would be able to pinpoint who has the item. Probably the person with the bag, but you know.
Yeah, you can tell that Riley has it. The smell is emanating from his person.
No, I'm pretty sure. Can I see your bag for a second?
No.
Ah.
Well, I mean, you are. By the way, you need to take another point of poison.
I've already lowered my health.
Okay. Oh, good.
All right then.
Okay.
Concerned. Like, all right, just have your poison then.
It's storming here if I suddenly drop.
Of course, I wonder if Brooke would have something to say to that because he's also poisoned. Or maybe he would care more than the Riolu. I don't know.
I'll hit him with the lizard if he tries to take my powder.
God, he is a cocaine.
You're just dragging the Salandit along behind you by the tail.
Yes.
And Brooke is walking ahead of you a bit of a way, so Brooke probably hasn't heard the conversation.
Oh, okay.
Brooke has already started to enter town, and just as Brooke crosses the entry line, there's this high-pitched shrieking noise, and this purplish bat. Hang on, where are you? I know you're in here. I got you specifically for this reason. Oh goodness, where are you? Did it skip?
Also, stream goers, I do hope you like the music. I hope that adds things to it. I hope it wasn't just a dorky idea to get all this music. I think it's good though. Oh, okay. Oh, so by the way, FYI for everyone, when we're in a town or event situation, the bat's purpose is only to have our characters on it, really. So if you all want to move, I'm gonna move. I'm just moving people. I'm sorry. I hope that's okay.
Just fluttering this way and that spastically. Intruders! Intruders! Intruders!
Oh my god.
I want to ignore the bat and just keep walking like I know what I'm doing.
Tubby, are you entering town?
Oh goodness.
Tubby?
Oh, he died. This is internet die.
Yeah, I just realized like he's not talking, so I figured I'd ask.
Hmm.
Let me check. Oh no!
The Noibat flutters out of the way and goes, I know what you are! You're wild Pokemon! You're bandits! You're savages! You're with those Salandit bandits, aren't you? I'm gonna get the leader! And he just flies off down the main street to a large sort of tavern-y shaped building and just zooms into it.
Well, that guy talks a lot.
I just love how he moves. I just imagining the bat literally moving like that. It's like just breaking the laws of like how he can flap his wings and where he can move with it. It's a real good sentry. He gets anywhere in like 5 seconds. Just not in a very straight line. That's all.
Hold on. Just because. Hold on. Just put that there.
I mean, we are dragging him with us. I'm sure the bat saw that.
There we go.
I guess bat sees that as like, I guess he must be with them or something.
Yeah, he's with us, all right.
You can see in the various buildings down the main street, there are Pokemon of various kinds that are sort of peering out from their windows, sort of huddled away from the rain and storm. Not to mention the shrieking watchman's cry of intruders.
Do any of them look like restaurants?
Well, you can't really tell since the architecture is not distinctly any that you really recognize. It's vaguely, architecture that you're familiar with, but none that clearly scream restaurant. There is a nice smell wafting out from the area the bat ran into.
Alrighty. I'm gonna follow the bat.
Tucker would also follow along, simply because he's a little worried that they just got in trouble, but figures that he would try to maybe talk to whoever this is that the bat was going to anyways. Again, I'm Tucker's the diplomatic one, I suppose.
That's appropriate.
Oh.
As you enter the sort of tavern-looking area, and indeed, the first floor looks an awful lot like a Wild West era style saloon. There's this big, gruff-looking Pangoro standing there, and he just has one hand just gently over the face of this Noibat, muffling just spastic jittering. And just gibberish about intruders and about how they're here to steal the town's resources, and just going on and on and on and on and on and on. And very obviously this Pangoro is getting really annoyed by it.
Oi, Barky! One pound cake, or whatever you... Really, pay the man.
No! Pay yourself!
Riolu and Totodile need to take another poison damage. You guys are looking really worse for the wear.
Can I hold up the lizard and go, can I trade this for some sort of cure for poison?
Nah, don't cure him. When he faints, I'll give you both for food.
Actually, Kyrio, I should have had you take another point earlier for moving on. I'm sorry.
How's everybody doing? Let's see.
I'm nearly dead.
Yeah, they both are. It's just that the Totodile is sturdier for whatever reason.
Tucker would probably just interject, like, you're holding something that can help that. Just incredulously.
Yeah, I'm gonna trade this lizard for a cure for poison.
You wait a minute and let him come to poison. I'll trade you both of them for some food.
I'd like to swing the lizard at the Munchlax.
I'm sorry, I can't do a gruff voice very well. The Pangoro roars and the Noibat squeaks and just sort of goes limp in his grip.
Yes, sir.
A Liepard just sort of slowly, like, almost like purple liquid, just sort of leans backward over the bartending counter and meows. Why are you being so noisy?
Over here.
Yes, I'll grab it.
Okay, I just wasn't sure if you forgot where it was.
Cat being like a liquid. Who would have guessed?
Bartender Kitty. Interesting.
Yes.
It is, by the way, it is storming really bad here, so if I suddenly drop, that's why.
Did you drop earlier, or was it just quietness earlier?
Oh, no, I went to the bathroom and didn't say you guys.
Oh, okay.
You had one job, and that was to say if you were going anywhere.
Yeah, alright, it's fine.
Alright. Now that I can actually think. Noibat, you need to calm down. They're not obviously hostile. And he just sort of glares at the Riolu. Yeah. You know, the Riolu is dragging a Salandit behind him.
I like to imagine just like a skid mark going all the way through the center of town.
I'm sorry, Chief. He just sort of squeaks a bit. Go back to watchman duties. And he lets the Noibat go, and the Noibat just sort of looks at all of you, squints, lets out a chiropterid squeak, and flutters out. I don't know if we'll be needing Noibat soon, so. Folding his arms indignantly, Pangoro motions to one of the nearby tables. What?
Oh, I'm sorry. I just decided to use dig, I guess.
Motions to one of the nearby tables.
All right. At the least, I suppose I can be hospitable if you're new here, since I don't recognize any of you at all.
He just sort of stomps over, and he grabs another table because he's large enough, and he just uses that stump table as a seat instead of the table he motioned to.
Alright, tables mean food. Load it up.
Alright, Riley will go to the table and sort of huck the lizard on top of it.
Tucker gives a concerned look to the sick members of the party, then goes to the table as requested by the large Pokemon, trying to sit down before realizing he's trying to do it like a normal bipedal creature, and he really can't, so he kind of falls off a little bit before just deciding to sit next to the table on his haunches.
Sitting on my chair. Creak!
Oh, that's fine, Kyrio. As long as it's not annoying you, I don't mind.
Alright. He looks down at the Salandit that has been hucked onto the table.
Well, I suppose you can't be entirely all bad if you aren't friends with the Salandit bandits.
They taste so-so.
He seems to be relatively ignoring the Munchlax's food-related commentary, but the Lipard just sort of saunters around and, with his tail, slides several small plates full of piping hot food in front of the four of you.
Ah, yes.
Oh, aren't you gonna get some for everyone else, too?
Alright, I'm gonna break this plate over his head as soon as I'm done with it.
I like how you two are both losing the same amount of HP, right? No, actually, I like how the person who's less injured is actually sicker right now.
You know, power of will, prevent flinching. I have inner focus.
Oh wait, that's true,
I'll
actually.
just drop dead.
Oh no, you're right.
I'll be my whole conversation is just.
I'm wondering. I'm fairly certain that these NPCs would probably be noticing at the very least Brooke's state by now. Then, though.
Hey, I got food though. Maybe that will fix what ails me.
Well, food might help, yeah.
I'm gonna nom my food.
I have just the thing for you, little crocodile. And he just saunters by and gives a very friendly pat to Brooke's head before shooting the Munchlax a look. Everybody gets the same portions around here.
What?
Don't take my hospitality for granted now.
That was barely an appetite.
Oh, you already ate it? Goddamn, you're fast.
Hey, stop complaining. It was free. If you don't
Well,
like
give
it,
me
go sit out
yours.
in the rain. No.
I'll sit on you.
You attempt it, I'll throw you out the window.
What is the food, by the way?
It's just sort of this general creamy stew that looks like it has hunks of potato and bits of meat in it.
Delicious.
It smells really nice, and it's warm, and you've been out in cold weather,
Yeah.
and it looks really appetizing around now, except for Port Brooke.
Still,
Who's briefly going to have that fixed because the Leipard comes back with a bag that looks much nicer than the tattered remnants of one that the Riolu is sporting, and he pulls out a Pecha Berry and lays it in front of the Totodile.
Oh, can I get one of those? I feel like I'm literally about to die.
Sniffing at the Riolu, the feline turns up his nose. I don't know. Can you say please?
Yes, I'm capable.
I'm sorry, I should have
There's
laughed in the middle of the
awkward
comment.
silence for a minute, and then Kangoro finally has to say
It's like, well, he's not going to help you if you don't say it.
Say what?
Oh.
It?
Do we get stuff for saying please?
Oh my god.
What's the feline? What's its name? Feline guard.
Leipard.
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 Feeling
Miss Leipard, may I please have another portion of stew?
He seems taken aback for a minute, and then puts a paw in his chest and smiles at the Munchlax. It's like, oh, one of you does know how to flatter. Maybe I will. And he turns back to go back behind the bar, leaving the Riolu without a Pecha Berry.
I'm fine. Can I please have one of those berries?
Meanwhile, Tucker's just here, like, kind of watching the situation. Glad to see that there's at least some sort of fix for what the others are sick with, but also just trying to have this soup and figuring out he has to lap at it, feeling kind of embarrassed and blushing a bit that he has to do such a dog action.
He could dunk his face in the stew.
But he does realize he's quite hungry and kind of cold, so this is a nice stew. Very nice.
The Pangoro sighs and just sort of leans on one elbow on the table and grunts, "Rise, are you done pampering the guests?" Almost.
I'm still poisoned.
I don't.
I rephrase, are you done torturing the guests? And he replies the same, almost.
I'm fine with being pampered. This is good. I rolled a pretty good deal here.
He returns with another plate of stew for the Munchlax.
Alright.
Leaves
This is service.
and leaves a slightly overripe Pecha Berry for the Riolu.
Oh, great. Welcome to bully the
It'll still
Riolu.
fix your poison.
Fantastic. We'll just scarf that down.
Yum.
All right.
Nom, 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 nom.
As I was saying before Rise decided to interrupt us, you don't seem to be friends with the Salandit Bandit Gang, but I don't recognize any of you. So why are you here in Savannah Town? Because I can hardly believe that any of you are natives to the region.
I don't know why they came. I came to get some food.
I don't know where we are. I think I've been kidnapped.
Tucker would remark, "I don't know anyone either, and I don't know where this is, or really I don't remember much about anything."
I mean, I'm certain I got kidnapped and thrown in the ditch.
Huh, you know, oddly enough, all joking aside, actually don't clearly remember why.
No memories,
And there is something
Right.
else, but it's crazy, so.
Coming from you, I think it'd just be about par from the course.
He snorts. Well, try me. There's a lot of crazy to be seen out here on the Plains continent.
Okay, well, I'll see. I'm fairly certain that yesterday I was a human scientist with like a white robe and everything. In fact, I'm almost sure I was. But that's crazy, because I'm a Munchlax. Am I? I don't know.
Well, you certainly look like a Munchlax to me.
licking
Well,
the
that
bottom
is
of the
a
bowl.
strange dream to be having. Maybe Kobold would be able to figure it out.
Yeah, I remember.
Have shiftless fools like you four just wandering around into places like that. It's dangerous out in the Plains continent, and I wouldn't have you disturbing such a revered individual on my watch. He just seems to glower at the four of you for a while.
Well, I'm just gonna eat the stew while he does that. I mean, that's fine. I'm not bothered.
Also, just a small interjection. Nobody has to do this, but I just changed the song to the Clubhouse Cafe because that's where we're at, right? I know the soundtrack better than anyone else.
You are correct.
You don't have to. I'm just commenting. I figured I'd change it for the stream.
I'm not gonna attempt to because I'm afraid I'll leave it open and type west side into it.
Oh, by the way, I'll interject. I figured out something. If you click the tablet and it doesn't work, if you click out of it and then click back in, it'll work. I figured that out. If it does that, just click out of the tab and then click back in. It should fix. So you don't have to change pages or anything to fix it. Also, I realize, I just want to interject this too. The saladits on the table we're also eating on, I just feel like somebody's like using his fucking tail as like a coaster or something.
That'd probably be me, to be honest.
Yeah, it's fine.
His head.
I mean, no drinks have actually been served, but the salandit does take up a portion of the table.
I just have my bowl on top of its head.
Meanwhile, there's 2 empty bowls set to the side of me. I already got a stack going.
So are any of you associated with a guild yet? Do you live somewhere around here, maybe? Or did you come from another continent?
Yeah.
No, and probably no. Iffy on the third one there, but probably no. It seems way too deserty for my tastes.
His scowl deepens, and then he looks down at the unconscious salandit,
Pretty sure.
by the neck, and then holding it out.
Rise, take care of the trash, would you?
I'm pretty sure I was part of like a workers' union or something, but I'm gonna say no.
He's drunk. Don't mind him.
The Lipard takes the salandit away.
It's my trophy.
Well, it's unconscious. Now they're captive of sorts.
We're gonna come back like 2 sessions from now. He's gonna be working as a waiter.
Oh, that would be silly.
Working off his
Final
debt.
question.
Yeah.
Do you ever see yourselves allying with the nefarious sorts like that salandit over there?
I mean, they poisoned me, so no. They seem a bit like pricks.
No, I don't think I'd ever do anything bad like them.
His eyes just sort of squint open, as it were, because you know how Brock has the constantly closed eyes. Pangoro kind of does have the same thing. So they sort of eke open a bit.
Do you have a place to stay?
No, and no. Ray's is calling from another room, even as Pangoro is considering something.
Interjection. How big are Lipards anyways?
They're fairly big. I just have him like at a small size.
That's
it's
fair.
Manageable.
I wasn't sure. I had no idea. I was curious.
Like panther/leopard size, IRL.
No.
I can feel-
No place to stay here, but the service is top notch here. I think I could stay.
The Lipard is just suddenly back beside the Munchlax and purring, rubbing up against him a bit. Ooh, I like this one. Can we keep this one?
And I like you because you brought me food.
He'll eat you out of house and home. You don't want him.
Tucker,
So easy to please.
Tucker quite unintentionally puts on puppy dog eyes and hopes towards the Lipard. I would like to stay too. I don't really like being out in the wild and by myself.
Oh. And just the Lipard saunters over in his usual swaying gait and almost semi-curls around Tucker, sliding his sickle-shaped tail around to stroke over Tucker's cheek. I can't say no to such a sweet face, now can I?
I get the feeling this is going to be a boss fight later.
Rise, why do you even bother interjecting if you're just going to accept anyway?
Because it causes you some modicum of distress.
Hey, Tucker. What? Well, I don't know his name yet, do I? Yo, Poochie! You gonna finish your soup?
Yeah?
Wait several seconds for
Okay.
Licks the bowl somewhat cautiously.
I want to finish my soup and then put the bowl on the Munchlax's head, upside down.
Yes, the only two of us know each other's names.
Yep, you have a bowl on your head.
Actually-
Congratulations.
On that note, and by the way, my name's Tucker, actually. I guess Poochie's appropriate, though.
Yeah. Tucker. Ralph.
They have names,
Ralph.
Angoro.
Ralph Wilson. Devourer of soup.
You're not having that subheading. You're no.
I've certainly earned it. Or do I need to get a third bowl of soup to earn Devourer of soup?
You have a third bowl of soup on top of your head.
Yeah, but that don't count because it was empty.
Tucker just
That's
keeps
why I guess you're out of luck.
Tucker just keeps blushing the absolute rudeness of this burping Totodile. Not really minding, but like, wow.
Angoro coughs, to get your attention again.
As much as I am essentially a babysitter for most of our members here at the Pioneering Club, well, if you're going to stay here, even if you don't manage to join the Pioneering Club, for a short while at least, Rise should be able to give you some form of roof over your heads. Right, Rise?
The Lipard rolls his eyes. It's not like I don't already have one noisy nuisance to deal with.
A noisy nuisance you choose to deal with.
I have choice words for you, but I can't say them in front of children. He says,
Why?
obviously referring to all of you.
I'm pretty sure I'm not a child. I had like a job and stuff, but it's hazy. I think I had a job.
Oh, I'm 17 years old.
Tucker doesn't take terrible offense at this, considering it's actually an appropriate statement. But actually, Tucker's more focused on just kind of sitting up and going like, "Thank you," politely.
Well, at least one of you happens to have some manners. Well, I suppose for now, at least until the rain stops and the night is over, I'll have Rays take you to his home. In the morning, we can discuss how to move forward. New arrivals are fairly rare here on the Plains continent. If you aren't here to help with the colonization, then you need to find something to do that will help Savannah.
Colonization? Would
Yeah,
Tucker
that sounds like a
remark.
lot of work.
You're very obviously not from around here or any of the other main continent cities.
He thumbs over his chin, playing with his bamboo stalk.
The Plains continent is a mostly untamed place. There are few colonized areas. Savannah here, and there's a town by the seaside. But other than that, it's only other tribal Pokemon towns and whatever ruins lay from the ancient era. We're here to take advantage of the resources and, well, our initial mission is to help cultivate food for the other continents. It's why we're so protective of our town. Savannah Town plays host to the main orchard where we get most of our apples. He sighs. But this is a discussion for tomorrow. It's too late for me to be dealing with this explanatory headache. Let alone the feline one standing behind you all. Rise just does his best attempt to look really innocent.
Aw, but he's so cute.
Actually, is Rise he or she, by the way?
He.
He. That's what I thought. Just was
Rise
sure.
is a he, but Lipards look really androgynous.
Yeah, they
just
do.
by
They
default.
are. This seriously, yeah.
Ah, but he's so cute.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose I can lead you out to my house, but it's
He's
still
just trying to
late,
get a
to be
food
clear.
bolus.
It's probably true.
Oh, what? Me trying to flirt another bowl of soup out of him.
Rise, I do not give you permission to give this Munchlax more than double rations at any time. Pioneering member or not.
Was, you know, what he don't know won't hurt him, dog.
And then the Lipard leans in close, just enough so that his soft furred cheek can rub against your own as he whispers, "But I'll know." And I know lots of naughty things, Mr. Munchlax.
You are the most fun you're the most fun Pokemon I've run into.
Do you mean person?
No, absolutely not.
Even Rise is snickering at that terrible joke.
I want to toss one of the bowls at Tucker for that joke.
I was going to say that out of character, but sure, let's say you're in character. Don't you mean person?
All
Trying to
you're
introduce
getting,
a little levity.
You're getting a bowl. You're getting a bowl tossed in your face.
You forced it. You forced it to be in
And Goro
character.
just sort of reaches over and with a thumb and index finger hangs onto the bowl with little effort.
Ah.
I believe I mentioned resources are scarce on this continent. I don't want to have to get another import of plates because of some saloon brawl.
I told you that was entirely not my fault, and I most certainly didn't instigate the drinking contest.
Booze? Drinking contest, as in like booze, beer, cider, ale?
You'll find out if you become part of the pioneering club.
Alright,
like I
sign me up.
This
Oh, he's an
isn't
easy
something
sell,
to
isn't
take
it?
lightly, little Munchlax. You'll get your chance to make your case tomorrow.
Well, I'm good
You
at
all
not
will.
being light.
Don't
I'm
make
very
me drag
tempted to let the Riolu hit you with a plate.
Oh, can I please hit him with a plate?
No.
Oh.
Tempted, but I'm still not going to let you.
I mean, I'd be okay if it was filled with more food.
Can I hit him now?
A bottomless stomach that walked into my hands.
He gets up, actually gathering the plates before Rise goes around and starts cleaning things up at the table.
Look, just try and get along with our group's scout. I know they're noisy, but unfortunately you'll be sharing some room with them, at least until tomorrow. Maybe longer, depends on how many rooms we have left.
I have to remark, it's actually kind of not a bad mistake that Kyrio is actually blinding himself, because that kind of tells me he's typing then. It's okay.
I do want to note something that my character hasn't asked to introduce himself to any of you yet, so you still don't know his name.
Yep, that's why I've been referring to you as the Riolu otherwise.
And Tucker, while being generally polite, wanting to get a long sword, doesn't necessarily care at this moment.
How rude.
You did.
We're
You
all
were rude.
rude to each other. It's
He's gonna
fine.
find himself yeeted at some point.
What the hell's that mean?
No, don't worry about it.
Oh no.
Yeeted seismic toss.
Weaponize the puppy.
Yeah, I think
No, Kyrie,
Evan
you
Dill's
said it right the first time.
Evan Dill said it pretty well. This is going to be the best worst party.
All right, let's follow the absolutely cute for the name of the Pokemon escapes me.
Liepard, absolutely adorable. What is your name again? I love you so much. Who are you though?
I remember his name right. Alright, let's follow this absolutely cute Liepard to his humble home.
Stop flirting.
Tucker just kind of rolls his eyes. Even he's aware of what the Runchlax is doing.
Stop flirting.
Goro just puts a hand on his head and shakes it as he starts to head up some stairs near the back. Just make sure you come by tomorrow. I don't care if you decide to tour the town, but so long as you don't cause trouble like those Salandits, well, we can probably work something out.
Yes, sir.
Do I get bonus points for having brought you one?
Maybe.
Hey.
You know,
And
I
he just leaves on that gruff note.
I feel like given your attitude, bringing the Salandit purely made you even, so you didn't go into negative territory.
Hey.
Rise here looks like she works something out every day.
What's that supposed to mean?
I don't know.
Kyrio, I should mention that it's Pangoro that's leaving, not the Liepard. The Liepard is taking you to his home.
Yeah.
I'm very tempted to try and slam the Munchlax into just to get him to step.
Where is this home? Outside of the club?
Yeah, it's outside the club. I'm gonna be changing.
I thought I organized by category now.
I'll switch it to Pioneering Clubhouse for now, which is number 5.
That's fair. That's a good
Since that's
indoor
more
theme. That's a good indoor theme, so.
Yep. So you have a
Oh.
brief stint in the pouring rain, which has gotten much worse. So whatever Pokemon started it, nature has taken its course, and it's just this nasty downpour. But thankfully, the lightning is stopped for now. And it almost seems like Rise is completely not wet as soon as you arrive at his home, which, surprisingly, for the PMD series anyway, is not shaped like a Liepard head.
Wow.
But it's shaped more like a sort of regular cylindrical building, and when you enter, it looks like there's gonna be 3 floors, because there's a stair spiraling down, as well as wooden log stairs that are sort of implanted into the wall that spiral up to a loft of some sort.
Ooh, I call dibsies on the loft.
Welcome to my humble home.
It's lovely.
Yes, I know. A decent amount of effort was put into all these homes. We would like some semblance of comfort if we're going to be out in this harsh environment. I have to apologize for the chief's gruff behavior, but that's just how he is. I don't think anybody would change it for the world. It's gotten us out of more than a few scrapes. He swishes his tail as he sort of moves over to a nest that's off to the side by a what looks to be a sort of a wood stove, except there's a glowing sort of reddish rock in it that emanates a nice warming heat.
Neat.
You're free to take room downstairs or up.
Can I
If
sleep
you have any
with
questions
you?
before bed.
I have one question. Can I sleep with you?
I want to punch the Munchlax.
You can use my belly as a pillow.
Yeah, I'm
Oh
punching
my
the
god.
Okay, so first off, I should mention that the meal should have healed 1 HP for anyone who's taken damage.
Oh, sweet.
And yes.
I have a question. I have an out of character, possibly in character question. I'll start out of character. It might be inconsequential, but didn't three of us wade through mud and are a complete mess? Or is that, did I misread that earlier?
Well, because of the pouring rain, it's
Oh.
just a non-issue right now.
That's
You're
fair.
soaked.
We're soaked. That's fine then.
Also, I'm pretty sure that Brook's scales are hydrophobic, so.
Oh yeah, well yeah, they would be, wouldn't they? I'm probably the worst. I smell like wet dog. Then.
Also, before Rise responds to these rather forward compliments, I'm going to let Riley use a strike or whatever he.
Yeah, it's gonna be a
wants to
strike
use.
on the Munchlax.
Okay.
And Tubby's Munchlax's idle animation just looks that way. The angry is just. I honestly think it looks more determined, but you know.
Ah, heck.
What'd you roll?
Wow, not great to be honest.
All these four?
Well, he rolled 2 1s, a 4, and a 6, which means he has 1 success.
Yeah.
Alrighty,
and-
so I'm gonna roll to
Oh,
dodge.
Quick question: did the 2 1s eliminate the highest roll? Is that how they work?
A 6 cannot be eliminated,
Okay.
so it would eliminate the 4, but
Okay. Oops, I didn't
so
look.
long as it's a 4 or above, it's generally considered a success, so
Alrighty,
higher
so-
or not wouldn't really matter.
Okay.
Alrighty, so evasion. So
God, they're gonna get into more fights of each other than we are with wild Pokemon.
Evasion
clearly on
is
2
Dex
versus
plus
1.
Fight.
Yeah.
that's 2 die for me.
This is probably very rude to Lipart. Or Rise, right?
So,
Rise? Is it Rise? Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah,
Rise.
Rise.
Rise from your
His name
grave.
is spelled R-A-I-Z-E for those who are curious in chat.
Ooh, that's kind of neat.
So yeah, the Riolu makes this swiping hit against the Munchlax, who, beyond all reason, just hears the whistling of the wind from the Riolu's punch and ducks his head just in time.
How are you able to dodge so well? What the hell?
Oh, oh wow. Also, did the Noibat or Pangoro have names? I forgot. Sorry.
No,
They were
don't.
just, yeah, okay, that's, alright, thank you.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Rise even did mention during your conversation that you all have names, and that Pangoro knows what that means.
Yeah, I noticed that. That was interesting. Also, I went ahead and just gave Ray's a name on tag thing.
Oh, thank you.
There you go.
Well, they don't know that I have a name. I'm still Riolu.
Alright, I'll just change you to question mark or something.
Question mark, question mark, question mark.
Actually, you don't even have anything on you. There you go. There you go. Now you do. Have question marks.
Perfect.
I think everybody else knows everybody's name. I certainly have given mine enough.
I'm probably going to go the route of there's going to be mostly unique individuals in the main towns, Pokemon-wise, so we can just use the Pokemon. I'm flattered, really. Ralph, was it?
Yes.
Unfortunately, I don't put out for just anyone. And we only just met. And while you have flattered my appearance and my cooking, I'm afraid you haven't made it to that level yet.
No. Don't wait up, I guess.
Are there any other questions before you go to bed? And he just sort of sits pensively in his warm sort of stove-side nest with his forepaws folded in front of him, looking like a very smug feline.
Ralph's clearly a bit dejected.
Okay, I want to try and punch him again.
Alright.
Tucker is just not having any part of. It's like I'm not with them, honestly. It's like that thing they're doing. Yeah, I have no part of that. It's like
Aha! Dodge this.
3 successes.
No.
Alright, and your defense is 1, so that would just be your strength then, Mr. Riolu.
Awesome.
Tucker nods in agreement to the Totodile.
Well, that's a hit. All right.
Alright, you do deal 1 damage to your poor Munchlax friend. if friend is the right word.
Wait, hold on. I have type advantage. Does that help with the strike, or is it not?
No, strike is non-aspected.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unexpected. Also, good point.
Strike also has no stab.
Heck. Okay.
Boing. Ow.
Oh man, and Munchlax has Snatch. He would have been the one that would have made the best mugger.
yeah, that was me. Funnily enough, we did snatch the enemy.
Right. That's right, because that's right. Good old Ralph, thanks to his logic score, has quite a few moves right now.
No, well, actually, Ralph
No,
doesn't
wait.
get it.
No, I'm sorry. He only gets quite a few moves because he's lucky, because his instinct score is so low that he didn't actually get that many moves. But he has the same number as us thanks to just lucky. Munchlaxes are useful for level 0 moves, I guess. I had that backwards, I see.
Alright, now that I've successfully decked the Munchlax, I'm gonna go upstairs.
Well, alright. Have a good rest, all. Though I should warn you, he closes one eye and is watching the Riolu go up the log stairs. The Noibat roosts up there.
I'm gonna turn around and go downstairs.
Without saying much, Tucker just goes the opposite direction and goes up.
Avoid Riolu. Goal 1.
Lesson learned, avoid the ones that want to fight as much as possible.
I'm just gonna kind of stay in this room. There's like a couch or something I'm gonna crash on.
There is not really much in the way of extraneous
furniture.
things.
Are the beds all straw, by the way? I assume?
Yeah, traditionally.
Let's see.
So Ralph, I see, passes out on the floor because
Yeah.
he can.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it was because he actually fainted for a second.
No, I can just
Punched him so hard.
It's like, well, that puts him to sleep quickly, I guess. It's like, alright.
I feel like when I get rest, I'll be able to just fucking sleep in.
God, I love the Munchlax sleeping animation. He's like the fucking happy. That's a fade animation, right? Why is he so
Yeah.
happy?
The feign animation's really good for him sleeping because he just looks asleep.
And to avoid having a mess on his floor, Rise, since Brooke is probably still around, even though the Riolu has decided to go downstairs, Rise sinks his tail into the shadows, and it comes up around the Munchlax and drags the Munchlax through the floor.
Oh.
Just dropping him
Munchlax
downstairs.
then just sort of thumps on one of the nests that are downstairs, which are beds.
Is the nest currently occupied? That would be hilarious.
Unfortunate victim roll.
Oh no.
Oh boy. What's this?
Uh.
Roll for what, in this case? Just any roll? Oh, 6.
No, the nest is not occupied.
Is that a necessary roll?
Someone's looking.
Very good, you rogues. I got a 1.
Yes, it is good you roll. Oh god, we don't need more antagonizing between these two.
Brooke also...
Can you imagine if I'd have landed on the Rio?
Wait, so everybody just wants to avoid the Noibat. Tucker doesn't really care. It was quite a neurotic little thing, but it didn't seem harmful. So...
No.
Am I the only one that went upstairs?
Yeah, you're the only one that went upstairs.
Well, at
It's
least I
actually
have some
very
peace.
obvious when the Noibat comes in. There's like all these squeaking noises. Like you can vaguely hear that Raze is reprimanding the Noibat for being noisy in just a sort of playful manner. And you sort of get the feeling that Raze doesn't actually mind how noisy the Noibat is.
I'm gonna wager a guess the Noibat's still not as loud as these other guys can be. Well, throwing punches and shit. No, you've already beaten the challenge. It's not a fucking challenge.
That sounds like a challenge.
Please, no more challenge. Oh goodness, is this what my DM felt when we kept arguing as a group?
Oh no.
But yeah, eventually the Noibat comes up, and he sort of squeaks out a "hey," and then he covers his mouth with his wings and starts hippity hopping his way over to his little roosting nest and like his little roosting stick, like how some birds have it. He just sort of swings upside down and quiets down, since it is very late by the time the Noibat gets home. So, everybody, the first night is over. Let's hand out experience, even though... Oh goodness, it's almost 10. So yeah, it's a good time to stop things for now. So let's go around handing out experience.
Yeah, actually, this is a really good way to end, I'd say.
That was great.
So, I actually, yeah, so everyone's trying to pin that other... I'm the only one that effectively attacked now I think about it.
Yeah, you actually knocked the Solando. I didn't expect the rare encounter to be such a pushover.
By the way, thank you for the
guys
follow.
just
Chat.
and yes, Kyrio, you used water gun very effectively.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry, Kyrio. You're right. Forgot about that.
But you didn't one-hit KO.
I grabbed.
Granted, I didn't do damage technically.
Me and Rio freaking tag team mugged.
Yeah, you guys can work well together when you decide to work together.
Yeah,
So,
I guess so.
Oh, and I did roll a legit attack. I licked it. I'm like, let's taste you. Just fucking died. Fainted.
Sorry for being slightly quiet.
Oh, it's okay.
I'm just saving the initiative notepad so I don't have to make a new one. Based on level... Actually, you guys got one of the easier encounters, despite it being...
Rare does not necessarily mean difficult. I mean, it just means rare.
True. You guys could have gotten something much more difficult. You just happened to roll double sixes.
Oh wow, it wasn't just 1 6 then. Huh.
Yeah, I took into account both because there's several special encounters. One for night, one for storms, and then the regular rare one, which was the slanted. But yeah, so you guys get a total of 4 experience, 1 from each slanted, and 2 for completing the session. By some miracle.
Could someone add that to my sheet? I'm not at my desk. I'm laying on the floor.
Wait, what? Wait, what? Okay, sure.
I nearly blacked out, so I'm laying on the floor.
Oh no! What? Are you serious?
Are you okay?
Yes, I'm okay.
Okay.
I'm on the floor, so I can't fall down.
All right. Are you tired? Is that what's going on?
No, I'm wide awake, thanks. I mean, like, actually passed out. Like, pass out.
No, I mean, like, are you physically tired? Is that why you just fell down? Is what I'm asking.
No, it hit me very suddenly.
Okay.
So I put myself on the floor.
That's fair. That's
before
fair.
I fell over.
Why don't you head off? I added experience. Why don't you head off to bed?
I physically can't, because that would require getting to my keyboard. And I'm on the floor. So I'm gonna just lay here a bit, and I'll remove myself, but I'm no longer feeling dizzy.
Okay.
4.
Just take it easy then.
There you go. Yeah, take it easy, Eragon. If like you need to stop or pause for a while, do let us know.
Mm-hmm.
Believe me, I'm as surprised as any of you, because this hasn't happened in a very long time.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like, I've known that Eragon has had moments where like a physical thing just hits him, but it has been a long time since that's happened. And my immediate thought was fatigue, but if that's not the case, then
If running late is partly to blame, then we'll be a little careful.
I don't think that's anything to blame. It's usually by physical activity and temperature, neither of which is the problem because I was sitting down in the cold of a basement.
Is cold
So I'm not
bad,
sure.
or is cold
No,
bad,
cold is good. Heat
Okay.
is bad.
Okay.
So I'm really confused as to why that.
How are you feel?
happened
Like
at all.
what's the last 5 minutes here? How have you been? Like, are you feeling worse? Or-
Well, I haven't been laying on the floor for 5 minutes.
Well, yeah, but I mean, since you've been laying on the floor.
Oh, I feel better.
Okay, so
Okay.
it just seems like you may have just had a dizzy flash then, like just
Possibly.
like a
That
little bit
happens
of
if my blood pressure dips like a little more. than
yeah,
it's
because
supposed to.
yeah, that's
My
possibly
resting
it.
blood pressure is very low.
The thing about not moving is that sometimes your blood pressure can get too lazy and then you have a little like oxygen deficiency until you move again. I mean, I've had that happen, so not a
In which
complete
case,
fate, but near it.
yeah,
Don't
in which
worry.
case-
I've never had one hit me so quickly that I've been unable to respond.
Then as long as it's just a little spell, it's not probably dangerous.
Yeah. I mean, if you need to, like, get up and walk around. Like I said in the Discord chat, just let us know if you need to go somewhere. And, even if you can't let us know when you come back,
Yeah.
let us know.
If anybody needs, actually, I'll just say in general, if anybody just suddenly needs to leave for a reason, you're not gonna be held against. Like, that's not gonna be held against you.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Also, the
That
card
you
is.
can and will be used against you in the court of law.
Oh. Also, the card actually popped in and said, "I've had those from time to time." We're commenting on you, Eragon.
Oh, aren't they great?
Yeah. Hyper says I've had dizzy flashes as well, semi-irregularly. Could also be a little easier triggered by sickness too, like if you're having
Possibly.
a little under the
Do
weather.
you think I'm sick? Maybe. I don't
Hopefully
know.
not.
It's flu season. I've been lucky enough to have avoided it thus far, actually.
Like, actually, I'll be honest, I was somebody who had allergies for, like, a solid 10 years of my life. I had a perpetual cold because I was allergic to too many things, and I was always allergic. There were times I nearly fainted, simply because I was always so stuffed up that I actually didn't get enough oxygen in my brain sometimes.
Wrecked you.
Sucked, honestly.
So, the other thing is, I'm going to give each of you a will point. Because
Does
you
someone
all
do
played
that for me,
your...
please?
Well, you all played to your natures very well.
Oh, good.
Neat.
Eragon in a different manner from Kyrio, obviously, but still.
Wait, Will, where's that on the
Different
sheet?
rashness.
I gave a will point to Kyrio, to yourself, and to yourself, Charm, and to Eragon.
Where's that track, though? Apparently I'm drawing a blank on...
It's underneath
Oh,
initiative.
right. So you already gave me a point? Okay.
Yeah, it's underneath your HP.
Sorry,
Yeah.
the biggest boxes are the ones I apparently missed easiest.
And will is used for various things. It can also be used to give you an irremovable success if you decide to spend one.
Yes, I can punch the Munchlash with increased power.
Yes, but will is difficult to get back.
It'd be worth it.
Yeah.
I guess.
As far as I understand, based on the rules, everybody starts at 3 will, so I'm assuming that, any excess will, you can keep getting up to, I think the max is 10, but if you use all your will, you're going to pass out, obviously, because of the strain, but then you would only recover back up to 3 on your own, and then you would have to earn will as per normal.
Neat.
Oh,
And if your HP isn't fully recovered, you may recover it.
Could someone do that for me, please?
I can
will.
do that. Yeah, oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead. DM gets priority is the way I look at it. Yeah, the card mentioned apparently the disease spell and need to sit down or, that apparently happened at work for him. Has that happened at work for you, Eragon, lately? Or last time it
Not
did?
lately, but it has happened at work.
That blows.
Because
So,
I do work in a fridge, however, going into such a cool environment does usually help. Usually
True.
just sitting down in there for a while is enough.
though the simple fact you work in a freezer, you're dealing with extreme temperature changes when you go in and out, so that also can help lead to something like that, really.
No,
Yeah.
not really.
No?
The
No, I've never had an issue going in and out of the air. It's just usually other reasons.
Huh. I guess I could be
body doesn't usually. But so what exactly does for experience mean to us?
Experience is spent on getting stat points on buying moves. It can also be used to purchase things like a point in logic or instinct, or to remove a point in, say, primal or a negative thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, move experiences, well, it's featured on the card, basically. Or no, it's featured in our Pokedex list, which we'll have to pull out again if you want to see that.
Yeah, you'll need to look at your listing. 4 experience is not enough to buy anything, as far as I'm aware.
Probably not. What did you say it was also for besides moves? It was also for...
Stat points.
Buying stat points, as well as for buying, say,
the brawl
points
and
for
stuff.
Fight, survival, contest, or a specialty.
So we can stat up the strength, dex, vitality, special, and insight using experience, as well as the brawl through perform. Is that correct?
Yes.
Fight, survival, and contest. Can they be also spent on those, or are those?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me find raising attributes.
Yeah. It's probably a worthy section to look at.
Page 70.
All
So each one has a specific cost. Attributes, to buy the next point in an attribute score is 10 times your current score. So if you have 1 point in it, it takes 10 experience to buy the next point. If you have 2 points, it would take 20, etc. To get a new skill is 6, yes. So say, for instance, you didn't have any points in survival like Ralph does. It would take him only 6 points to get in the new skill. Otherwise, skills cost 8 times the current score, following the same method as attributes.
So what does it cost? What does it cost 6 exactly? Like, what's the difference there? Because new skill and skills, what does that mean exactly?
New skill means if you don't have any points in a skill, so the skills are fight, survival, and contest.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't have any points in one of those, it would only cost 6 to get your initial point.
I see with that. Okay, sorry. All right, that makes sense.
Same for new specialty, except for specialties, it's 6 times current score after the first one.
Yeah, brawl through performer specialties. I actually have if everybody on the table's upper left, I've turned to that page that he's reading from, so. Take a look.
Willpower is 3 times current score, which... Willpower is a weird one to spend experience points on, but I guess, I mean, if you don't have anything better to spend points on. Since, you know, my understanding of willpower is a bit vague. And then there's new moves, which are ridiculously expensive.
Well, depends, but maybe I just pull out. I'm just gonna pull out the book. I want to look at my moves, so may as well for the stream's benefit too. Let's see, what gen am I at again? 3-4? Yeah. And I'm on page something or other. There I am. That was actually pretty fast. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it depends on the skill. Like, if you look at it goes up higher and higher depending on what, you know, the strength of the skill, more or less. But the costs are, as you could see there. I would probably will save up for bite, for instance.
I was gonna say bite would be a good thing to save for.
Yeah.
Because even if, say, for instance, your instinct goes down because you earn a logic, which will probably happen if I'm going to be honest, and you end up losing Howl and Sand Attack, at the very least, anything that you bought will still be yours.
Oh, right, because I have, the only reason I have Howl and Sand Attack is because...
2 instinct.
2 instinct, which let me... How'd that work again? How did I get them? I guess get anything below 10, right? That's what did it.
Anything 10 or below if you have 2 instinct, and it goes up from there. Having high instinct is really beneficial, but achieving it is also difficult.
So that's interesting. So you say if my logic goes up, my instinct goes down then?
Yes.
Huh. How do you raise both?
Specifically, that only happens when you gain logic. It doesn't happen the other way around when you gain instinct, if I recall correctly.
Interesting.
You lose logic via the primal state.
Right. And 0 logic is a bad thing. Very, very bad.
Oh, okay, so instinct doesn't lower logic, but raising logic doesn't lower instinct, but raising instinct does lower. Wait.
If you get logic points, it makes you lose a point of instinct, but it's not. But instinct does not make you lose logic.
Yeah, it even says specifically on page 3 of the PMD book. Every point you buy or gain in logic will reduce your instinct score by 1.
Alright.
Let's see, where does it say that? Oh, there it is.
It's at the bottom. It's the last paragraph.
Last paragraph. Yes. Everybody buy a gain logic reduce your instinct scores by 1. And you don't want the instinct to be 0, so that's kind of probably a good thing it doesn't reduce with instinct being gained. Can we buy points in instinct? How much does it cost? Oh, let's see. I mean, actually,
it says on the next page, but it also says in logic, you can get more instinct with experience. It is 50 points per point in instinct. Same for logic, and same for every point you wish to remove in primal.
Yeah, there it is. At the very bottom of that section. Yeah, upper right. Look at the upper right. I turned to it. My hand's hovering over it. Just so you can... I know that sometimes if you read something, it sticks to your brain better. So, there you go.
50. Whew, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's expensive.
So wait, does that mean you can also buy logic, or is that received differently?
Yes.
Okay.
However, that does mean buying a point in logic means you lose a point in instinct. So there is a certain risk to that.
Logic is also 50 points. Okay, that's what I figured.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, recovering up to 1 logic, if for instance you manage to reach 0 logic for whatever reason, would not reduce your instinct, because that's recovering up to the base level.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
There will be ways to restore your logic, and I don't want it to be a punishment that you're actually becoming functional again.
I mean, I understand it, so... Okay, somebody in the chat says, I'm dying, send help. I assume you're joking around. Also, Hydra's having a super bad connection. Nobody's having a good day. I don't know what's going on all of a sudden. How you doing there, Eragon, by the way?
Well, I'm still awake.
Still laying there?
No, I'm back on my chair.
How do you feel now?
I feel alright.
Okay.
Still good.
Alright, you should probably just head off to bed, honestly.
Probably.
Yeah. Alright. Hey, hon?
Yeah.
You have a good night. I love ya.
Love you too. Good night.
Good night.
As a parting note, if anybody... I know we have the streams that we can just look back on them if we so desire, but if anybody wants to actually write down notes, that would make my job much easier, but I can just write down the notes if nobody feels up to it.
Okay, I don't know what I'd be writing down notes on. I mean, I kind of am already writing notes, but...
Well, I was gonna do that in, like, a notepad document or something, because it's easier than writing down the session notes in, like, little note cards.
Sure. I don't think I'd be very good at that, personally, but...
Like I said, it's an offer. You don't have to do it if you don't feel like doing it, or you feel like, you wouldn't be very good at it, or what have you. You don't have to do it.
Okay.
It just makes it easier to remember what you guys have already done.
That's fair.
Hit on the...
Are you talking like individual notes of like what our characters did? Is that what you're suggesting?
Well, notes for the session. Essentially, what many D&D DMs have the bards do, because they decided they were going to be the bard.
That's fair. So you think one
storyteller.
So typically having one player be doing the record keeping is a good idea.
It's helpful, but it's not entirely necessary, because I, as storyteller / DM, should probably...
Hey, try stacking your dice and then flipping the very bottom one. Just F key on them. It's fun. I know it works for 3. I haven't tried with any other number.
Rocketed way into the.
That's a fun way to roll. Tubby is the spoony bard. I don't know. He's certainly the one sweet talking like a bard, I guess.
No, he just wants more food.
Nah, he was legit hitting on the hitting on Rays.
Doesn't matter if Ray's is a man or a woman.
And Kyro's gonna go make dinner, by the way. So yeah, that was yeah, your lack of a microphone is perfectly okay, Kyrio. Especially now that I have the chat bigger. I didn't know I could do that. Thanks for coming. Enjoy a nice dinner too.
Have a good night, Kyrio. And thank you for coming.
Well, guys, I guess this is a good point for me to close the table. Actually, let me save it. That's very important. Nobody's blowing anything up in the last 5 seconds, right?
No.
Okay, good. AKA, Tubby hasn't blown anything up in the last 5 seconds, right?
I just like walk over something and it breaks.
Alright, guys, so again, next session of this will be in 2 weeks, Wednesday again. So, hope to see you guys for that. And, yeah, you guys have a great night, and we'll see what happens Friday. I might be on my vacation by then. We'll see. Streams are still going, though, because it's a mental vacation, as I've explained before. But yeah, so, you guys have a great night, and thanks for coming.
Is it safe to flip the table?
Oh, well, I kind of left already.
Yep.
Forgot that. If you're still there, flip it. Flip it fast.
Nah, disconnect. It's fine.
Yeah.